Neil, great job to everybody. Thanks, Ramin and company, Fabian, Adara, everybody. It's Trader TV Live, and it's about to get a lot better. It's midday time. Ciao.
I'm tired, man. And I have a headache.
Boom! Greetings and salutations, beautiful people. That right there is your boy Joey Options, and I'm Sharif.
Damn.
RVD, that's a blast from the past. Good call out there, Joseph Wilson. All right, guys, who's in the chat? We have a couple OGs already in the chat. Darwin is already trolling me. He's already asking for the car mats. Darwin, brother, I'm gonna figure out where you live, and then you're gonna get a special delivery. And I'm probably gonna want it back because I don't have anything other than that one. Shout out to Jeremy Crypto, Mr. Easy Street, the Roaring Griffin, City Boy 305. We got my man Bovin, Mike DeRider. We got Monty G. And how about Kel Vings, TS, Westgate, Covalent, Stewart, Borahut, Geo, Jay Lee, the OG, Ken D, Nomo, Tina Hong, Hello Hi. Shout out to Fiddleback and Dino Abadini. Probably killed your last name, but I do apologize. I'm not that good. We got Nimrod, my man Nimrod from Israel. We got Skull. We got Gerson. We got Oslam, not Ozin, Oslam, Lazy Rocks, and Hamza. We got Kirk Sanders and the other OG, Gorav. Shout out to Waleed, Shane, Donkey Trader, Steve, Day, and more. How about Bax and Danny Koo? Showtime. Poop, what? Pop La Cork? Yeah, I like that. Pop La Cork, alcohol, great. Dan Gale, Crystal, Abdul Aziz. We got Bluff. We got Amy, Tiger, G-Talk 5150, and Big Finesse, spelled wicked. I love that. On the blockchain, G-Talk and Vinay Menon, Ismail, DJ Rules, the Alpha Man, and Airy frickin' Pages. How about Roger, my man Roger there? IFA, shorts versus longs. We got Muhammad, we got Bold, Mark Susi. I see you, Mark. I know you're here, bro. And we got Basim, my man Basim Elabs. And Patrick Riley. One more, Joseph. Nate's Best Buys. There's that. There it is,
yeah,
right
Nate's
there.
Best Buy. Yeah. Shout out Best Buy.
I like Best Buy.
Yeah.
Lots of electronics.
Remember Future Shop back in the old days?
Oh, got eaten up by Best Buy.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah.
thanks, America.
Thanks, America.
Yeah, no, kidding. It was. Say it again. Your warranties were invalid, Fabian.
Oh, whoa, okay. How did we do that there? Yeah. I clicked on that and that. Oh, bang! Look at that. This is the hottest YouTube short out, guys, right now. Go check it.
Self-promotion, bro.
Go check
Shameless self-promotion.
Right there.
He does not
go and
care.
Check it out. Look at the smile on this dude. Do your boy a favor and go check out the new trending hottest YouTube short right there. Yeah, that's a banger right
says
there.
we're making new lows. I don't care. I want to know more about what's VWAP.
Yeah,
Tell us more.
Tell us more about this, guys. Go check it out. Do your boy a favor. Just hit the like and just check a little view out on their one. And bang, Bears versus Bulls. Got that one rolling for us. Can we play it here real quick? Or
just zoom in,
here.
bro. Get more in there. Get more in there. We want to know it all.
The hottest, man. All right, we'll play. Bang. Let's go. That's it. Sneak preview. We can't let you guys watch it too much, and that's it. So yeah, that's it. Go out and check it out for yourself there. And do your boy a favorite. The hottest short out.
Bro, calm down there, Lazy Rocks.
With
all right,
Lazy
bro,
Rocks,
don't worry about it. We printed up a storm here, Joseph. AGRI, baby.
Free clinic?
Here it is. Think about it. Here we go.
That is.
I'll tell you in a second. Can we take a couple of prints here, bro?
Yeah, take a couple.
All right, guys. Here we're doing it live here. AGRI. This one is this was the best small cap gapper in my humble opinion at the moment. Beautiful. I don't know, a textbook bounce off that volume weighted average price that makes them way into $2.50, and then it drops back down into that 2 1/5, 2 1/4. Find support at VWAP. That's where your boy got long. I'm talking about myself. And then here we are, 3 prints so far. Looking for more. I'm greedy like that. We're waiting at 17s, and then we're waiting at 41s. We got more in the tank, baby. We're going to take off a little bit over here to de-risk just a skosh, and then see what we can get to the top. What the hell, bro? Was that the lotto machine over there? Bro, was that the Ontario Lotto? Did you win? What's going on? What's happening over there?
Fabian, did you just win max prize?
Pure degen right now. He's just buying lottery tickets while we're on the show. Everything's fine, guys. Winner, Kenya. Yeah, Americans have no idea what we're talking about right now. They're like, what is the show we stumbled upon? Yeah, it means win in French. I love it. All right, what he's talking about there is when you buy a lottery ticket from the lottery machine and you win, it does this little jingle letting everybody know you won, and that's what we heard right now. That's why I was a little off-putting. Usually you hear that in a convenience store, in a gas station, or a supermarket, not at work while we're doing it live. We're doing it live, Joseph. So AGRI, the one I'm looking at right now, what do you got on your watch list?
Yeah, all right, guys, let's go over today's trading here. What did I tell you guys earlier in the week? Monday I went red, and I promised you that I was going to finish the rest of the days green. And so far, that's coming into play right now. But let's start. We started really, really rough here, guys. INTC took that long. And this was like a couple minutes after I told Sharif, I don't know why anybody would be buying this stock. And here you go. I go out and buy it, and it doesn't work out. That's okay. So here we are. We took that one 0 for 1 to start. Then we want to go back to the in-play stocks. Boom, 0 for 2. That sucks, right? Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Pull it up here. IBIT. Okay, bang, we go 0 for 3. Jeez. We're 0 for 3 out the jump, and then bang. Oh. Wayner told me, Joe, you're going to get hit, but you got to hit harder, and that's exactly what we did right here. You can see that we entered on our 4th trade, a 25% accuracy, and still slightly positive on the day. That's what we want to see here, guys. So you can see I was really aggressive here on the breakout. I'm going to show you guys the notes momentarily, but then I get stopped out on this liquidity grab. We hop right back in, add, and then we start to piece it out again. And then it came back to I had 10% here, and it came out to my break even. And there you go. We've now constructed a new high of day on Bitcoin itself. So there we go. Nice face slapper on that one, as
Slap
my guy Katina man. But one thing before we send it back to my guy over here is I just want to say, hey, this is why we do this preparation. What does it say? Sitting above the range, underlying may break, or I don't know, wrong spelling there, higher, pulling back to view up in pre-market, high levels of OI at 53.5, but we were waiting for that breakout. We seen the price action print on the daily on Bitcoin, so there it is. It's in the notes itself, and then we get that move higher now up 2.25. Sharif,
we gotta read these super chats because we're doing it live here. We're yelling, we're getting excited. It's the top of the show, this, that, and the other. But super chats are coming our way. My man Juan Velasco, 5 big ones there in the chat. Shout out to you. When is the push-up challenge between Sharif and Joseph? LF frickin' G. Look, bro, we're doing it. He's going through camp right now. I'm doing camp as well. He's trying to basically I don't know what, bamboozle me about his training routine. He's telling me he's doing one thing, then he's doing another. He's trying to basically throw me off his scent. And I respect that. I get that. I get
part
that.
Of the game, man.
Yeah, I got psychological warfare. I might be doing the same. You have no idea.
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Yeah, exactly. I have no idea.
Nah, I'm just an honest guy. I'm just going to tell you exactly what I'm doing.
I got insiders on your camp, buddy.
You got insiders,
Yeah.
You got people in the condo watching me smash 5
a.m.? The neighbor downstairs.
That guy. You infiltrated, huh? You infiltrated. I hate that guy.
You see how you're getting those complaints? That's all me.
That's you, eh?
So every time you try to work out, I'm like, all right,
Joseph.
Just
I'm not
listen
gonna forget that.
and then complain.
So what he's referring to is the fantastic downstairs neighbor that I have. He's so understanding, and he's a peaceful guy. He doesn't complain and send messages to the administration at all. This dude's complaining that I'm sessioning at 5 in the morning. Brother, I'm trying to live my best life. Maybe you should do the same.
It's me. I'm sabotaging the camp.
Yeah, I know, man. Joseph's infiltrated my my condo association, guys. No, seriously, though. So shout out to Juan Velasco. Thank you very much for the super chat. I know we're talking nonsense, but we're having a good time. Joe Mama, 199, big one. Hey, Sharif, are those shoes still available? Bro, they're Neil's now, man. What'd I tell you?
Did Neil actually buy them?
No, I'm giving it to him. I'm not going to take Neil's money, right?
Okay.
Like, yeah, Neil's a friend, right? And he's a coworker, so he gets them for free. So shout out to my man Neil. They're his now, baby. He saw me, liked them. He cooked them. What is that Ariana Grande song, Go Like Idara?
I like it. I want it.
Well, she just did the entire thing for you guys. Sorry you couldn't hear it, but yeah, it was fantastic. All right, dude, we're doing it live here. Shout out to my man Bovin, man. We're taking a second print here on WHLR. Can I show the screen? We're long $1.50. We just went the beak there at $1.60. Now I'm waiting for the high of the day on this one. So we're in 2 positions, guys. AGRI, WHLR. Shout out to my man Bovin for pointing this out. You know where I'm waiting if we're in the 60s. I don't have to tell you guys. I really don't want to tell. I don't want to mention this again. I don't want anybody asking me where I'm taking profits if we're in the 60s. Oh, so anticlimactic. Come on, here comes. All right, Adara, what do you got?
Damn.
I have a really mixed note here from Citron Research on DUOL. So listen up to this one, Sharif. It is Duolingo. This note is called Credit Where Credit is Due, so a little pun there. So it starts off really promising. Basically, he said the company has done a fantastic job building an interactive app that grew far beyond what skeptics expected. He praises their app. He gives them kudos. That's the good news. The bad news for shareholders is everything else. So great start to this note, and then basically says that the stock, I guess, is in trouble. He said that everything else, quote unquote, is bad news for shareholders. DUOL dropping here on this very confusing note from Citron Research. A little bit of a bottoming tail candle, but yeah, the stock about $400. $375 DUOL, getting a very mixed note from Citron Research, and Andrew left. Back to you.
Thank you very much for that, Adara. Always with the breaking news, do appreciate that. Can we go back? Yeah, Wheeler. So this is WHLR, guys. This did hit 69. So that is boom right there. We're doing it freaking live. All right, so we get bottom wick on WHLR. We just took it out there at 69, but it's continuing to run, Joseph. So now it is a 176 high a day. It's doing the dance right now. Look at that tape teleportation. See how it picks up in speed, right? This is what we're talking about. This is what I mean when we get the breakout trade. So now it's a different type of trade. It's not a retracement trade. If it continues to go this aggressively, we get the micro pullbacks rather than the more sustained pullback off key technical levels. When you get micro pullbacks, they're not technical levels. You're just waiting for that big move up and then profit taking. And the profit taking obviously drops the price. That's where you get in for the continued move up. That's my thinking on this one. I'm talking about WHLR, looking at doing better over here. AGRI, we just wet the beak again at 35, but this one is having trouble making newer highs. So we got that key area support bounce right there. You can see it on your screen. I got, what do I got? 22s long there. That's because I've averaged in. This entry is actually 18s. So once we're done some more shares, it should show 18s up on the chart. But the point is, we're not making newer highs. We have a $2.50 high, and the best we could do on this latest attempt is go up into 236. So that's 14 shekels south of that previous high. That concerns me. I worry about the lower highs. That's what I'm trying to say right there, okay? So we're going to keep an eye on AGRI. You better believe nothing is going to go against me here in terms of 18. So I'm talking about this order. I won't be stopping out at 22s. I will be stopping out at 17s. So if it does drop below my last little entry there, I'm gone. Keeping my eye on WHLR because I definitely want to get back into this one if it does allow me to do that with the proper setup. So we're looking at both of those guys, and then let's see what else we got over here. Why is it? Okay, DDT, BBAI with the volume. I've got it, brother. We're going to show the side chart in a second. Shout out to my man DDT, the wrestling move, or the, I don't know, the chemical that they were dropping on food in the 70s. I have no idea which one it is. Ozan. Did I say 69? You know I said 69, Ozan. And the print's right there, my boy. It's a 69 print. That's just the way it goes around here, Ozan.
Keep it nice.
Shout out to my man. All right, so what do we got? Joseph, what are you doing on there?
I'm looking at Palantir. Yeah, I'm good. I'm looking at Palantir. Slight headache, to be honest with you, but that's all right. Looking at Palantir here.
There's something for that.
Yeah, there's
a lot of alcohol in the fridge.
Oh, no thanks. I'm done with that. I don't even know what that stuff is.
Hey,
I'm taking a heavy break. I'm going to go check that movie Sinners out this weekend, though. I heard it got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like
Sinners?
that. Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
What is that all about?
Michael B. Jordan.
Hold on, let's see.
Haley Steinfeld, too? Steinfeld?
No, it's Steinfeld. Yeah, she's not Steinfeld. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just looking at Palantir here. Dutch cuts. Like, okay, why the bleep is Tesla up 7% on the worst earnings I've ever seen? Meanwhile, Google sleeps on fire earnings. Yeah, I agree with you. I guess a lot of it has to do with maybe those rides, those Austin robo-taxi rides going back and forth. And yeah, I mean, Google's $70 billion buyback, a nice beat on the top and the bottom there. And Tesla just absolutely poop the bed. And here you go. You can see Tesla's up 7%, and Google, there's absolutely no follow through in that report from last night. So there you go. Good look there. Okay, I really want to get involved in Palantir here, but I don't want to chase the top of the range. The market hasn't broken out yet. You can see that it's been an absolute hot, choppy mess right here for the overall market. And I think that's being led by Meta, because you can see that Tesla's climbing higher. NVDA now through 108. You know where your boy's long at too. Added some more this morning. As soon as my eyes opened, I'm like, let me buy some more, and let me buy some more iBit as well too. So we bought some more, both of those names this morning in the swing account. Not even in the long term, but in the long term, I grabbed some more Robinhood this morning. So yeah, I'm liking those. When things are starting to work out, best believe I'm going to be adding to the positions. And here we go. We're getting some solid moves in the underlyings that I actually own. But yeah, I want to wait for this Palantir pullback that we're going to get involved, I think, in this, if we can break out. But it's lagging, and it must be lagging for a reason. If we zoom out and take a look at Palantir's daily, I mean, we've already broken out through some of this resistance zone, some of these resistance zones here, guys. And then now we have this nice big engulfing candle on the way up. But this is a breath, right? We can't just go parabolic all the time. So maybe that's a reason why we're just going to take a little bit of a breath here. And then maybe you can get that 3-bar type play that I was referring to on BTC that we're going to go over here momentarily. But I mean, this is a really good look. All-time high 126. We're now trading at 108. You had a low of 63, which is absolutely insane. This name is just continuing to outperform everything, I feel like it. So it's an absolute banger. Let me pull up Bitcoin quick for you guys to see kind of where my thesis and my mentality was at with this name and adding to the position as we continue to climb higher and higher. And here you can see I was referring to that 3-bar play. We held the range really nice. And then as soon as we sat on top, opened up and sat on top, I'm like, okay, let's add. And I'm going to go for this breakout here, guys. And that's what we got on today's session. So really good look on Bitcoin. We're just slowly chipping away at all those losses. Now only down 12%, 12.5% off of those all-time highs. So good look there on Bitcoin. And it looks like Palantir wants to punch through VWAP. But let's go NVDA. What? You know I'm in this name in the long term. I told Sharif, I'm like, man, I was doing some charting on this thing last night, and it was an absolute hot mess. Maybe we'll classify these as some whipsaw moves, but I'm slowly starting to allocate here. If we can sit on the backside of this channel, I think we can really start to climb higher, and I'm going to continuously add on this one because I'm going to aim for maybe 120, 125s roughly in the swing, and then close that position. But that's what I got going on. Nice climb up here in NVDA. Watch out for 110 because we got 96,000 open contracts. Woo. It now went some positions have been closed from last night from 99,000 to 96,000. So that's the look there on NVDA. I'm choking on those tart things right now.
The quiche?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're so good. They're not.
You don't like them? You don't like the cheese in them?
No, I don't. The 2025, so I was doing a bit of a search here to see what this is about. So directed by Ryan Coogler, is a genre blending. Adara seems to know who he is, but she's all about that life. He did what? Black Panther. Dang. He did Black Panther, which is probably why he's working with Michael B. Jordan again, because he was in. Is a genre blending Southern Gothic horror set in 1932 Mississippi. Michael B. Jordan stars in dual roles as twin brothers Smoke and Stack, in World War I veterans who return to their hometown to open a juke joint using money stolen from Chicago gangsters. Their establishment becomes a haven for the black community, but soon attracts the attention of supernatural forces. The twins' cousins, Sammy, an aspiring blues guitarist, joins them despite his father's religious objections. As Sammy's music captivates audiences, it inadvertently summons spirits, and draws the interest of Remick, an Irish vampire seeking to exploit Sammy's talents for his own ends. That sounds scary.
Yeah, what did it say? What did Rotten Tomatoes give it there? I think it got like almost 100%, man.
Not even
ask it.
I asked chat.
Ask chat.
What did Rotten Tomatoes rate it? Let's see what it says. All right, we're doing it live here, guys. I'm still keeping my eye. Full disclosure, I punched in to WHLR at 71s, got stopped out 66s. It's not holding, so I'm happy with my stop out there because you can see it's losing the bid quite aggressively. The one that we're continuing to keep an eye on is AGRI, but I kind of feel that this one, the best trade is behind this one. So I'm looking to extract some more profit here. Let me tell you why I feel that way about AGRI. Because it's doing that lower high, flat bottom break type situation. Entertain me for a second, okay? So look at this area up here, 250, that's an area high. Then we're up at another, we try to bounce up into 237, that's another area high. All the while, we're kind of holding that same area just a skosh above the volume weighted average price at either 2 1/4 or 2 1/5. It doesn't really matter. It's putting in lower highs with essentially a flat bottom. So I don't know, unless this one can get above that 238, maybe print 240s, I don't like the look of this one's jib. It could be a flat bottom break, and if it is, I don't want to be on the wrong side of it. So AGRI in focus right now. Going to possibly look to get out of that one sooner than I expected. But you guys were talking about BBAI, Big Bear AI. It's not the biggest gapper on the day. It's only up a little bit less than 12%. Well, now it's 12%. The Katina Man was talking about it as well. This looks awfully bull flaggish to me. Now, whether or not you get that continuation from the first bull flag into a second one, an entirely different story, especially because this one is a rinse and repeat type of thing. It's not like a small cap gapper that's showing up on my scanner up 80% and that's done 300 million shares on the day. It's not that. In fact, it's kind of trading a little bit light, full disclosure, in terms of volume, that is. So what's my move on this one? Couple of different moves that you can execute here. You can wait for retracement into VWAP or the lower end of the range. I'll submit to you 320 could be an interesting area because there's a lot of chop and churn buying and selling at 320, so it's acting as a support level. That's number one. Number two, you can wait for the breakout trade. You can wait for that 3 1/3, technically 332, not 333, breakout for flat top, and then the continuation of the second bull flag. I personally don't mind doing both. So we can weasel in at around 3 low 20s, and then we can wet the beak on the way up to that 3 1/3, and then we can take more shares. If it does actually manifest that breakout, shows you that the buying is there, shows you that it's going to continue with that second bull flag after the formation of the first, and we can add more shares there. So Big Bear AI, definitely an interesting one for me. I could definitely weasel into that. We'll keep an eye out on that one. CSIQ, otherwise known as Canadian Solar. Little backstory about this one. If you guys have been watching the show for a hot minute, you know my friend Alfred. My friend Alfred is an investor. He's not a trader, okay? And this is one of the companies that he was gung-ho about during COVID. It's run by like this couple, I think, a husband and wife. They're at the helm of this company. I bought this bad boy at $34 a share, made 10 bucks a share on it, all right? Now let's have a look at the chart since I was involved in this one. Oh, what a good looker there, Joseph, what a good looker. No, I mean, I think this is quite reflective of the overall solar industry in general. It's been a hard road to hoe for solar lately. That's the daily. Let's look at the weekly. Gives you a better picture. So I was involved in it during COVID. You can see it had a big move up into 60s. I made about 10 bucks a share, but now we are at like multi-year low. Is this decade low? Not quite. So we were lower here. Yeah, this is decade low. The last time we were this low was 2013, all right? So this is over a decade low right now. Definitely not a good look. Not really sure why they're running. Allow me a second here to see what the hell is up. I think they got multiple upgrades. Did they report? I think they might have reported. Let me just have a look here because there was a lot of commentary from analysts today, which usually comes subsequent to a report. Here it is. Shares of semiconductor companies that trading hot. No, that has nothing to do with that. Semiconductor companies. Canadian Solar. Yeah, Dara can't find anything, but there is this. Dara, Roth Capital downgraded Canadian Solar. All right, I have no idea why it's running up, but oh, when is its earnings? That's the thing. April 29th. Okay, so someone's buying it ahead of earnings. Interesting. Okay. So this one reports on the 29th. What day is the 29th? It is on Tuesday. So next Tuesday is reporting CSIQ. In any event, it is not a bad trade today. It's breaking out nicely, showing you its propensity to kind of hold above VWAP. I could possibly pick this up as a long off VWAP at around 10.5, but it's going to be a super tight stop. You're not going to see me DCA below that 10.5. It's going to be the level for me. I'm talking about CSIQ, guys, Canadian Solar. Not a small cap gapper, or maybe it is now. It's actually south of $1 billion market cap, so I could be interested in that one there. Nick W., mind checking out the bull flag on VKTX. Looks like it may retrace wick at 24.90, and then it can put a tight stop for a long continuation to 26. Say less, Nick Dub, the OG there. Let's pull up VKTX, Viking Therapeutics. Here it is. Okay, so the look here is the spike up into 24.90, 24.9, then put 26. Okay, so what do we got here? 24.90. Where are you looking there? What's 24.90? Oh, you're looking at this, I see. Okay. Yeah, look, this an area of resistance. It clears it, comes back. Can it use it as support? Nick, I would tell you 25 is the level here, especially because you've already seen it. Look over here. It's already defending 25 at 25.05. The issue is it's kind of putting in lower highs. Could it lose the bid there? I don't know. I like it. I like it, but it's got to be a tight stop, like you said in the comment there. I could be persuaded, Nick, if I was to get in at 25, I could give it to VWAP. And VWAP isn't that much farther away than the 25 entries, 24.86. So, yeah, let me know how it goes, Nick. It's one that I think I'm going to steer clear of. AGRI is losing the bid, as I suspected. This one does look like it's going to manifest in a flat bottom break. We're showing 25s right now. I'm long 22s. So I'm going to likely move up my order to 19s. Previously I had at 17s because I got in at 18s, so I'm going to move it up a little bit. But CEP, the psycho, CEP is breaking out again. All right, here we go. We're close to high day, so we're still an inside day today on CEP, given yesterday's big move up and then an equally big move down. So it's an inside day, but you can see the respect here for the higher low situation. So this could end up being a big boy break through 35. We already attempted that 35 big boy break right at the open, right at 935. We failed it going into 34.83, but here we go again with 34. And this is not the only attempt we've had subsequent to the open at 34. Look at these topping tail candles. Someone's shorting up a storm into 34 over here. These topping tails don't happen by accident, guys, right? Someone's aggressively shorting at that level. However, they're not strong enough to make newer lows because all the lows are higher than their predecessor. We're getting that upward channel here on CEP. So I could definitely be interested in getting into this one again. It was good to me yesterday. Maybe it'll be good to me today. We'll have to find out, Joseph.
Yes, sir. Please be good to me. Please be good to me. So we're in some Google here. It's either it's going to work out or it's not, as obvious as that may sound. Here, let me sit up straight here. Excuse my ignorance. But yeah, so this is just the game plan. If we crack through these lows, then we're going to get out of this trade. But you can see that we're consistently forming higher lows and lower highs, which is unfortunate. But I do believe that we can crack through. The unfortunate thing is that it's lagging, right? It's lagging the overall market. You can see that we were climbing with the likes of NVDA and Tesla. So yeah, now we're just kind of range bound, looking for the break and then maybe a move back towards the volume weighted average price. But if we decide to take another leg down, that'll be my second attempt here on Google, and that's it. I'm not going to try it anymore. If it wants to climb higher, then I think we're sitting in a pretty good spot right now. I missed that Palantir trade. That's okay, because we're now sitting in this, but it does look like some of these bigger names are starting to pull back in. Can Google get the ball rolling? The market is an absolute complete mess. Meta's coming back in here. Towards the volume weighted average price as well too, guys. But you can see this is, like, if you ask me, this is me personally, right? Like, this is horrible. This is horrible price action. It sucks. I'll be frank with you. There's other names that were trending, and that's why we traded the likes of iBit, etc., and some other names. But yeah, here we go. Google's starting to break down. It looks like it's going to form that bear flag type price action. So we're going to have to be patient and see if we're going to get stopped out of this trade. I wouldn't be surprised if we do. And I know Dutch Cut or somebody in the chat said something along those lines. Like, I don't understand why this name is moving lower, but again, it is what it is. 2.2% on the day, still positive. If we break 162.5, I'll just get out of that trade, which is unfortunate because I did believe that we could break up. But what is the options chain telling us? How high can we possibly go? 165. We got 17,000 open contracts, but that's some things that are already in the money is those 160s. We got 20,000 over there at that specific level. So we got to keep an eye out for those, for some of these strike prices here coming into play. And you can see now that we're cracking the lower end of this trend. So maybe these higher lows aren't going to come into play, and then we have to get out of this trade and maybe wait to find another one. But I just want to stick with strong names, and Google's as of today is not displaying itself. You can see I took a stab at it earlier for the long if we were to continue.
God.
But now we're sitting here. You killing it over there?
Holy cow.
All right, then. Show them what you got going on.
Bro.
Oh, wow. What are you trading?
CEP, bro.
CP?
I just finished yelling about it.
Well, I'm busy over here, man.
Bro.
I'm busy over here.
I'm just excited because I like to yell, Joseph.
Yeah.
All right, here's the deal, bro. CEP got in 34.85. It dipped down into I'll show you my trend line in a second on the side. Dipped down into the bottom of my trend line, added nicely into that position. So we had a 34.50. Boom into 36, quick as you frickin' like. CEP, it giveth, but it also taketh away. So you gotta be very careful about where you're getting in on CEP. Look, this has been a big boy the last couple of days, but look at all the hell breaking loose. Dude, I just took it out at 36, it dropped to 32.
Dang.
Look at that, man.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Guys, I hate to trade these because, well, I don't hate to trade them, but I get concerned about trading them at times because, you know, I wet the beak super quick, and I never really want me getting in these positions to endorse holding for any length of time. And I've always tried to say this about these small cap gappers because they are dangerous trades. They are around for a good time, not necessarily a long time. And I really do mean that when I say it. So take the profits super quick. If you've been watching other people trade small cap gappers, you will see most of the time they are in and out super quick. Very large shares, very small amounts of price action moves, whether up or down, and then they get the hell out of there. Because Bamboozlement Central is CEP's middle name. It's a hyphenated name, Bamboozle Central. So keep an eye out there. Yeah, but that was quite aggressive, Joseph. Dropped going into 36 and then dropping into 32. That's $4 in one candle, guys. So ugly, ugly, ugly. However, despite this ugliness, funny enough, it's still holding trend, which is, yeah, that's just the way it is. Look at that upward channel. So before this went all crazy, I was going to show you where my entry was as a result. It was this candle here. So I punched in as I showed you, and then it had trouble at 35. There was all sorts of lottage there at 35. So when it dipped down into 34.5, I added, and then that's when we got that big boy break into 36. But look at that. Holding VWAP to a T at $32. That was just not by accident. Look at this candle here at 1131. Another candle, 1132. Both of them bounce off the volume weighted average price to the penny, right at that $32 area. So CEP is not done. Despite the fact that it is Bamboozlement Central in the sense that it retraces $4 quick as you like, the trend is still holding. The higher highs and the higher lows. So we'll see if we can execute more on this if it does allow me. So that's what I'm keeping my eye on right now. Did I get stopped out of AGRI? No, I didn't. Still 26 is showing up there, but CEP, likely the bigger money maker today because it's giving you dollars at a time. It can also take dollars at a time from you, Joseph.
Yeah, Stevenson, yeah, I just sent you a message.
Sorry to interrupt you. I told SP Williams I'd cover OMX.
Yeah. Did you see the Pool Shark too? Super chat. He gave us another super chat too.
I didn't. Can I just do this first?
Yeah. I was gonna say call him.
My bad, OME. My bad, SP, because I told you I'd look at OMEX for you, and I thank you very much, by the way, for the $5 super chat. Shout out to SP Williams, one of the OGs there in the chat. If we can show that screen, guys, if possible, thank you. Here it is. So SP, I like OMEX. I liked it yesterday. I executed on it yesterday. I don't like it right now, despite the fact that it did find its way onto my side chart to start the show. It's lost its place. Reason is it dropped below VWAP by a fair amount. So I have a very, very two simple rules for these small cap gappers. If it traded in the pre-market, it has to be above the pre-market high subsequent to the bell opening. And if it is it above the volume weighted average price? If those two rules are met, then we can have a discussion further. If we can't, the discussion ends there. All right. So here, the volume weighted average price at $1.48. It's currently trading at $1.35 and has been since 10:50. So that's 45 minutes of it hanging out below VWAP. This doesn't interest me whatsoever, and I can't advise you on how to execute on it because I don't trade them south of VWAP. So thank you for the super chat, but OMEX not for me at the moment, Joseph.
Yeah, for sure. I know Pool Shark had a super chat in there as well too. We'll cover that for you. So much appreciated for those super chats there, guys. Let's see, how come I can't find it, dude?
Ruby Chan. Okay. All right, Ruby. We're going to get to Tesla, I promise you.
There we go.
Shout out to Ruby.
Funding. Okay, so we got Pool Shark. Pull up the VIX. No problem. And Joe, you covered Joe Mama's, but Pool Shark, thank you for that one there, my friend. $20 super chat. Pull up the VIX. Let's see what that one's up to. Google sucks. That's going to be our last attempt on this name as we go head in towards some key support levels, and it's looking like we're going to crack, and it's going to drag the overall market down with it. So AC Slater on that one, and we'll bring that one back.
AC's the man, bro.
There we go, AC Slater. Okay, what was I about to do there? VIX. I get too excited, and then so here we go. Pool Shark. Let's see what we got going on. Volatility index. Guy, as you can see, we were climbing higher, so you see the inverse correlation on that. We are now at 25.69, heading into some key support levels, which is saying, hey, maybe the market might continue to move a little higher, but what a move all the way up here from 59 all the way to 25. So yeah, let's see AC, what Buddy's up to these days.
Dude, this guy's got everything 80s right there. He's got the curly hair, the Jerry curls. He's got the mullet. He got the tight tank. Shout out to my man, Mario Lopez, AC Slater. Dude, I mean, like when I was growing up, I was like in grade school when they were in high school, right? So I always looked up to these guys. I always wanted to be AC.
Want to know the honest truth? I have no idea who AC Slater is.
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, I never watched that show.
Oh, okay.
When we were in high school, when we were in high school, we just used to be like AC Slater, and that meant just like see you later on that front. But I got to get out. Sharif's gone. It's just me now for the rest of the day, guys. So you get to enjoy my presence. I'm gonna hop out of these. He's coming back soon. Hey man, can I get a water maybe too, please? I'm a little parched, but that's okay. We're gonna hop out of this Google trade because it sucks, and we don't want any part of that. We want to stick to these strong names. So, my good guy. You see what? Hey, I sent you. You don't have your mic. Oh, and he took it too. That's all right. Oh yeah, it's all right. So see, the thing is though, I sent Neil a picture yesterday, and I wanted him to show it to you guys, because when I told you guys that I was like 75% Bitcoin, I stand corrected. I'm actually 73 point something %, but it's probably. Did you show it to them? Yeah, like a bang, 73.8, bang. That's how much Bitcoin we have our long-term portfolio is. So yeah, it's probably a little bit more as we continue to climb today, but now pulling it back in. And Google absolutely raining on the parade. It looks like it's a short, and I should have just went, instead of trying to go in counter trend here, should have followed it, because if you play the break of this support level, then you would have got a nice move to the downside. So yeah, that just turned me slightly red on the day, but that's okay. We're gonna be patient and wait for some other opportunities. I like NVDA, my guy climbing higher up to 108.85. Tesla just doing insane things right now, up to 281.95. And yeah, that's what I got going on. I'm going to be a little bit more patient.
All right, Ruby wanted to talk about Tesla, and I think she's got all the right to, because Tesla's up and eye-watering, Neil. 8.75%. Neil was waiting for that 280 break. That 280 break has come, and it has gone. 282.37, the current high a day. This thing is on one. And I got to tell you the truth. There's no market-moving headline today for Tesla. Let's see. This is what Benzinga's saying. Tesla shares are trading high. The stock may be reacting to a report indicating the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration will expand exemptions for autonomous vehicles from some safety requirements. We knew that there was likely going to be regulatory friendliness now for Elon and his company as a result of his association with the Trump administration. That was, you don't need to be an analyst to figure that one out. So there it is. So this was obviously not in the morning. This came to my attention, guys, at 11:34. Let me just make sure that it didn't come earlier than that. Excuse me. We did have this, obviously, from yesterday. Robo-taxis just got a step closer. We had that headline come in yesterday that Tesla was secretly doing autonomous vehicle rides for their employees in Austin and in San Fran. 1,500 rides completed, 15,000 miles driven. That was yesterday's headline. But I feel that that was already absorbed. This headline here is new. It's a de novo one. So it looks like it is. This is what's happening right now with Tesla. The autonomous vehicles are going to be exempt from some safety requirements. Rumors circulating that the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA, will expand exemptions for autonomous vehicles. Obviously, robo-taxi stands to benefit from that. So fantastic move. And I don't know exactly how much is being priced in by analysts for, full autonomy. And if the robo-taxi manifests in the way that Elon's been describing for years, I don't know what kind of market cap addition analysts are gauging. I've heard many different variations. I've heard $1 trillion. I've heard $500 billion. You're going to have to do your own homework on that. But that's likely the reason we're moving up now. That's the fundamentals. Let's talk about the technicals. So this thing's been insanely respectful, as you can see here on the chart, of the 10 exponential moving average on the 5-minute. There has been no touches on the 10 since 10:05 a.m. It is 11:42. It has not touched the 10 once. That's that green line, guys, on my chart right there. It's always going to be the green line on the black charts. So fantastic look for Tesla. I mean, when is the top in? Your guess is as good as mine. I would just like to put the odds on my side to make it more statistically likely I would be in a winning trade. So I'd be picking up something on a retracement near the 10. Case in point, you got a 2-candle retracement here on the 5, so 10-minute retracement from that 278 and a quarter down into 274. Held the 10, and subsequent candle made a higher low. So perhaps, maybe, just maybe, you can wait for a similar setup where you get that retracement and then the subsequent candle can either make a higher low or a higher high, and then you can execute on that. Otherwise, you can just DCA into it. I wouldn't suggest that. That's not my move. But Tesla, fantastic look today. 282.37 high day, Joseph, likely on that headline that regulatory exemptions may be coming for the robotaxi. Before I send it back to you, CEP, guys, it's right back into the highs. It dropped $4 in one 5-minute candle, and it's right back at 35.35. It double bottomed off the volume weighted average price beautifully. Chef's kiss, as Adara always likes to say, into that volume weighted average price and then rocketing right back up. It takes a lot longer, you notice, to get back up than it does to go back down. So keep your eye on this one. Still having trouble with 35, Joseph.
Yeah, let's go, NVDA. Yeah, let's go, because we're now running into the top end of this channel, so maybe we'll wait for some indecision prints up here and maybe get a short in. But yeah, really good look all the way up to 109.31. I averaged in a little bit here, so my average now closer to 107 exactly. Wayner saying let's go. So yeah, it's a good day in the LT, but never mind Google. You guys know it's my second largest holding in my account. So you've seen that 75% of what I had was IBIT. The other, well, not the other, 14%, 15% now roughly is Google, but I'm not loving it too much. And I was thinking about liquidating the position, and it's kind of frustrated me a little bit this morning. So there you go, 2 attempts on that one, 0 for 2, just slightly red. But what we really stomped on, guys, today was IBIT. That was a monstrous trade, and I'm going to look to get back into it. Because I think just we're going to continue this climb. You've seen, yeah, exactly, Pug Life, exactly, major wall for NVIDIA at 110. I've been talking about it all week. You can see it in my on my X post as well too. Go check your boy out on X, Joseph at Trader TV Joseph. I post some stuff on call and put walls there. Just what we were explaining and exactly what I did there, Pug Life. So I don't think we're going to break that today, and you can see that Google's starting to head lower, and it's going to drag the overall market down with it. So yeah, AC Slater to Google. Unless you're short, then congratulations. I know Katina Man was short all the way from 164. Smart play, just follow continuing that trend, and it seems to be working out. But yeah, not overly happy with this name right now. See you later. Giving back a lot of its move that it gained on yesterday's earnings report, which I personally liked, but it doesn't matter what I think. or what I like. It's only what the street likes, right? So again, some nice indecision up here at the top. I'm not going to short NVDA just yet, even though we have this indecision print right now. I'm going to be patient, wait for that pullback, because due to the strength, I believe that we might be able to breach through this candle here, and then it'll just do a little bit more wicking and more liquidity grabbing before it heads a little bit to the south side and maybe heads back in towards the volume weighted average price. So that's what I'm going to be patient and wait for. I talked about the overall market too with the likes of SPY and the Qs. I think it's an absolute choppy mess. Don't try to, unless you're trading range bound stuff or you got like an intraday condor or something like that along those lines. If you're zero DTE condors, then this is what you want to see. If you're not, if you're directionally biased, then you're just scratching your head. You can see every candle overlapping up, down, up, down, up, down. Want no part of that stuff there, Sharif. I want to find trending and orderly assets, and that's not going to be the Qs or the SPY. It's going to be with the likes of NVDA, Tesla, and Bitcoin. So those are my three primary. I'm going to be talking about them a lot today, Sharif.
Yes,
so
sir.
Get used to it, because they are breaking out and we're breaking through some key levels, and that's exactly what I want to see, especially from an intraday standpoint and in my swing and long-term accounts.
Look at this, Joseph. This is much overdue. Way overdue. This has to happen.
Yeah.
Trump says he would absolutely sign a ban on congressional stock trading. I think we've all seen Nancy Pelosi make millions and millions and millions of dollars with excellent, perfectly timed trades. What a trader she is. Bravo, Nancy. So good. So, yeah, I think that this is definitely something I would cheer. I would champion, whether or not it makes its way to his desk. If Congress has the compunction to actually put this in front of him, he says he would sign it. I personally would support it. I think the majority of Americans, I don't want to speak for you guys, would likely support something like that as well. I think we've all had enough of these subversive ETFs like the Nancy and the Cruz, like the one about Ted Cruz. So we'll see exactly what happens there. Tesla continuing to make new highs. This is just a punch long on Tesla kind of day. Just go long on Tesla. Let's load this up, Adara, because every time it just keeps making newer highs. I look over, it's at another newer high. It's taking out 283 like it doesn't even matter over here. 283.10 HOD, zagging with 283, a little bit below, a little bit higher. It's 9%, guys. We're one measly percent from hitting that 10. Now, it's not going to SSR. It's not the same thing as being down 10%. So if you're up 10%, you don't get restricted on short sale. It's only for the bottom for that down move. But nonetheless, it will be on a lot of people's radars if it breaches that 10%. And at some point, you're going to have to ask yourself, where's that mean reversion trade at? Because I don't know, man. It's going to go up in a straight line like this. We'll have to wait and see, but 283, a monster level. Guys, we were in the 250s today. Like, what the hell, right? This is a big, big move here for Tesla on the back of that autonomous driving, removing regulations headline. There goes the high a day again, Joseph, 283.25. Yep. Now it's continuing to go, but it's having a little bit of trouble with that 283 level. Again, it's a little bit below, a little bit above, but that is what, stair-stepping looks like. Maybe we should jump into. I don't trade large caps. I'm not gonna switch now.
Don't chase it all the way.
I don't like to do that. Yeah, I don't like to do that. You just got a little FOMO there. You know what I mean? Like, I can do it.
Well, there you go. You just fought it there. Bang.
Exactly.
That's a skill right there. That's a real trading skill right there. What Sharif just did unknowingly. He's like, okay, yeah, he wants to get involved. No, AC Slater, we're not gonna chase it all the way up here because it's all the way. It's at 283, right? Max Payne, I think, on this week's expiration cycle is 300, and I didn't think we were going to get anywhere relatively close to that. Okay, yeah, wow, Palantir really starting to work for us right now, guys. I wish I added a little bit more to this position. I don't want to chase it all the way up here. As you can see, we're starting to run into some resistance zones, so maybe I have to wait for a pullback, but I wish I dabbled into this one a little bit heavier, shoulda, coulda, woulda. That's okay. All we got to do is just learn and get better, but we're short NVDA as well, too. So, again, I don't like giving myself this push and pull type of trading, like I'm long long one tech stock, I'm short the other, especially when they kind of move in tandem with the cues and everything along those lines. So I have to be patient to wait and see. Maybe if we reject 109.20, I'll just get out of Palantir, even though it seems to be working and the longs are really in play. So yeah, I don't really know what to do. Put myself in between a rock and a hard place, but we'll figure it out because that's exactly what I do. I figure things out, and it's part of my job. So yeah, well, I really like this Palantir. Let's go. Only did 5K yesterday. I told Sharif, I said I went there. Yeah, that's all I did yesterday. But I had a goal of 30, and I'm like, no, you know what? I don't want to hurt myself for the weekend, because I will be back out there tomorrow morning, bright and early, and on Sunday morning, because we got a nice weekend ahead of us. So looking forward to that one. Translating in the training, consistency all around the board from a dietary standpoint to the exercising standpoint, and it's reflecting here in the day-to-day trading there.
Yeah, it's funny how your mind works a little bit better once your diet's a little bit better. It's just crazy.
Well, dude, I told you I wasn't drinking sugar or anything like that, so I just came off of a hiatus in Dallas, right? I had Chick-fil-A twice, Texas barbecue, and I drank a couple Fantas, and I'm like, man, this stuff is hot garbage.
It is, but it feels great going down. And then a little bit after.
No,
like,
it's not even that. It's just like I feel it. I'm like, yo, it just feels gross. Like, give me some like fresh steak and fresh chicken and some sautéed vegetables and stuff like that. That's just me personally. I don't like that fast food shit too much. Oh, excuse me.
Shout out to Pool Shark. Yeah, whatever, bro. You're good. You wouldn't be the first around here.
Excuse me.
No, you're good. Pool Shark. He's dropping 40 large, well not 40 grand, but $40 in the super chat. Thank you, Pool Shark. Anytime I hear shark, it's like shark do baby. Just trying to see what it's like to be short today and throw away money. Don't say that. There's a mean reversion trade to be had here. There's a whole system of mean reversion trading. I don't know if you've ever watched your friend Obi on the show, but that is his modus operandi. That's what his bread and butter is, you know? So don't think that just because everything is hunky-dory and everything is headed to the high side that there's no short available. There usually is. It's about timing, right? So shout out to Pool Shark. Look, brother, I mean, have at it. If you want to go long, go long. You want to go short, go short. It's your world, and we're just living in it. Joseph's in a new position. I want to hear about it.
Yeah, I've been in Palantir, man. I can't add all the way up here, but it's working out really, really nice for us as we're continuing to glow. Yo, Joe, 88 days sober, clean living is so cool. Anthony, 0120, let's go. 88 days sober.
Wow.
We love that. Congratulations.
Goodness, yes.
Keep on working. Everybody around here, especially the man to my right, loves that. I love hearing that. Let's do this thing, man. It's summertime. You're coming out fresh and clean.
It is, bro.
Prepared for everything. But yeah, it is what it is. Hockey Talk says Rook, and yeah, exactly. My apologies on that little thing. But it's not. We're not going to get too much into that because the only thing that matters right now is Palantir, guys. Okay. And you can see, I mentioned I want to stick with these strong names, and I think Palantir is one of them. We're starting to pull back a little bit, but let's see if we can continue to climb. 108. What's my average? 108.82, and we got to move all the way up to 109.28. We're starting to pull back a little bit here. Hopefully that NVDA doesn't crack through this highs. Otherwise, I'm going to get stopped out on that one, and that's not going to be a good time, but we'll be patient. I do believe that short might come in. I don't know if we're going to get the volume weighted average price right now just due to the strength of it. It may take a couple attempts, but that's okay. My positioning, again, not the best. Would like to be in a little bit higher. That's why precision is extremely key on some of these entries. So we'll have to wait, pack our patience, hold our horses, and see if these plays continue to work.
Absolutely, Joseph. Good look there. Keeping an eye on that. AGRI disappointed me here. This is kind of my fault. I was kind of slow to put in that next beak weather. It did pop up into 35s, and I had seen it reject 35s prior to that. And I tried to get out a little bit there, and it didn't have me. So now we're not out of the money, but I'm definitely worried about the lower highs and the flat bottom break. Just full disclosure, this one might be a little bit of trouble. As I've mentioned, I've already moved up my stop on this one to break even to 18s. Oh, on my second, my ad on the 18s part. So we'll keep an eye on that. Big Bear AI just took a bit of a downturn over here. So BBAI doing its thing. Now, it had been very respectful generally of the 10 exponential moving average on the 5. You can see only a few wicks below that level, but 99% of the closing prints above that 10 exponential. That may all change now. We are decidedly below the 10, and now for the first time, I want to say since maybe the open, we're actually touching the 20 exponential moving average on the 5. So I'm very interested with this one to see what the situation is, whether or not we get a pop up there. So we'll pack our patience and see what the situation is with that one. I could definitely be persuaded to get into that. Big Bear AI is the one I'm talking about. VWAP on Big Bear, just to give you an idea, is about 317, 318, give or take. It hasn't been at VWAP since essentially 10 a.m. So keep that in mind as well. We shall see what's going on there. Yeah, Tesla's taking a bit of a downturn now, as we expected. It's for the first time. It's actually a little bit below the 20. Let's see if it can close below the 20. The last time it was below the 20 on the 1 minute was 11:45, 11:43. Let me throw up the 5 to see exactly where we're at. So we're not even at the 10 yet. 10 exponential moving average on the 5. So we're not even at the 10, but it's a 2-candle red setup. The last two candle red setups were all longs. I'm talking about the candles at 10:50 and 10:55. Again, at 11:35 and 11:40, both of those candles ended up being potential longs. So keep that in mind. We're in a 2-candle red setup right now, the 283.50 high a day on TSLA, but the last two candle red setups were all longs. Keep that in mind before you choose what you want to do. Go ahead, Joseph. Yeah, go ahead.
Lokesh Babu Manda has a question. Is this live? Is it live? We're doing it live,
Are you
man.
kidding
Come
me?
on. What do you mean, is this live? We're doing it live. Let's go. I got all out of that Palantir. It might have been a mistake on my behalf. I'm like, it came back to my break even, so I'm like, whatever. Let's see what we got going on. I should have added, to be honest. I don't know what I'm doing or what I'm thinking, but that's okay. We'll figure it out on the go because that is our job. But here we go. NVDA, are you going to start to break down and turn over? Yes, no, maybe. I don't know, maybe so. But Palantir is starting to kind of just move sideways right now. So I'm not going to get too upset about that one. But yeah, we're going to sit in this NVDA a little bit longer. If Palantir decides that it really wants to break out, then we'll get involved because it's starting to form that wedge type price action. But I'm going to hold on to this position because I do believe if the market just wants to move sideways, as not of good price action as it may be, this consolidation can be good because then we can get a definitive breakout, a nice accumulation phase, and then we just distribute higher or lower, and that will help maybe send more of the market in a direction. But with the likes of Tesla and NVIDIA, I feel like almost at that peak. Pug Life was talking about that high levels of open interest around that 110 level. I was looking at that as well. So hopefully this can act as some form of resistance, and we can get that move back towards the volume weighted average price. So there we go. I want to see NVIDIA break down a little bit here and head towards VWAP. I'm going to start to add into position, Sharif, once it starts working. But if we squeeze, then it's a no-go. But I'll take an L on Palantir. Bad execution on my front. We didn't get rinsed or anything on that, but that's okay. I was going to hit the rinse. But yeah, it's all right. Can't win them all. We're doing half decent today, and I'm happy with how we absolutely nailed IBIT. I was down, full disclosure. I told you guys I started 0 for 3, right? I was down half my shutdown roughly, and then just that one trade shooting at 25% accuracy just literally put me back green. So there you go. But I'm now red off of that Google trade, but that's okay. Let's see if we can get this.
Joseph,
NVDA
the fact that you started 0 for 3 and you had the mental capacity to continue to go, bro.
Yeah.
That shows right there.
Yeah.
So there it is, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you got to be mentally strong.
I think that's what it is. That's what it is, though, man. Just be prepared for that because I know with just my system that within my first couple of attempts, I know I'm going to be either right or wrong. So I only had 2 attempts on IBIT, but my other attempts, I'm like, all right, let me go back to my original game plan from the morning and give it 2 attempts with a little bit more risk, and that was it. I just had to stay mentally focused, not get all confused and upset because it didn't work for me the first time. And then sure enough, you can see that it worked out the second time, and we'll pull it up IBIT one more time. And I told you, I'm like, Sharif, that's it. I'm like, I'm going for it. I told you, when I punched in right here, I'm like, dude, I'm going for it. Shoot or shoot is exactly what I said to Sharif. And then eventually I got stopped out, and I'm like, oh, you dirty dog, you. and then I'm like, all right, let's try this one more time as we have those higher lows. So there we go. And then that one really worked out nice for us. So happy about that trade right there. Let's go NVDA breakdown.
Hey, all right, Nimrod, bro. Nimrod, I'm loving it. I just got to mention this trade that I took quick. We did it again over here. We did it again on CEP.
Oh, wow. Let's
yeah,
go.
bro. 33.90 long. Wet the beak, 34 1/3. 34 1/2, and then ultimate out there, 35 1/4. Again on CEP, it's continuing to give you those higher highs and that higher low. You don't need to be a chartered market technician to see this upward channel. Allow me just to draw it, very rudimentary drawing there, but you can see it. The higher highs and the higher lows on CEP are glaring. They're glaring at me in the face right now. Shout out to my man Nimrod, who's dropping bare shekels. Bare shekels in the chat, man. 60 shekels, 60 shekels, another 60 shekels. The dude's a shekel dropper. Man. Shout out to my man Nimrod. Thank you very much, brother. He said E, and then he retracted one message, and then he said P. So I'm not sure. EP.
What's the next letter? That is okay.
I don't know.
What is Nimrod's next letter?
Yeah. The chat has to guess this now. The chat's got to guess.
Yeah,
it.
Chat. What is the next letter that Nimrod drops in the chat? The new Adara's got it.
We're going to go to Adara in a second, but I do want to mention, guys, that we are now a 3-candle red setup on Tesla. That is the first time on the day, on the 5-minute that is, that we've been in a 3-candle 5-minute pullback right now. We just waxed poetic about these 2 red candle pullbacks. All were actually invitations to go more long. We don't know what it's going to be. Oh, my man Nimrod, CEP, there it is.
There we go. We finally get it out.
All right, we got to go to Adara. Something's going on up there.
Nothing's going on except for lessons of the days and happening nows. S&P 500 trying to maybe do a little bit of a flat top break, at least on an intermediary basis here. This is a 15-minute chart all day. We kind of made this base in the first handful of 15-minute candles on the day, just around that 543.5 level. Now we're around 547.40, and look at this flat top set to break. So many comments here from both Trump and China on the status of trade and negotiations. Trump maintaining that he was called by China repeatedly saying that that did not happen. So here's Intel, one of our day one earnings plays here. The other major day one earnings play is GOOGL. This one actually dropping and giving up a lot of its post-earnings move, despite a pretty strong report that we did get there from Google. Intel, strong-ish report. They did beat on EPS and sales, but their guidance was pretty weak, despite a very strong AI and data center revenue print for INTC. But we're going to send you over to Neil and his lesson of the day. Make sure to like and subscribe and learn. Without further ado, Neil, give us that lesson.
Thank you very much there, Dara. The lesson of the day is shout out to Nimrod in the chat for this CEG. Come on, who didn't know that that's what it was going to be? CEP, sorry. Who didn't know that's what it was going to be? Let's be real. So shout out to you. A lot of fun, and we appreciate all of our viewers out there as well. No, I think what I wanted to talk about here today is, look, it would be really easy for me to go over the list today and be like, hey, we like Tesla long. This is where we should have done it. This is what we learned today. I could go over like the holding on to and adding to things that were working for short and sticking with them and getting away from the things that didn't. I've kind of done that before. What I wanted to talk about is situations where when people talk about holding something, like where you could hold something all day long and what that looks like. And I have 2 examples that really stood out this morning. And one of them, Tesla, I think the uptrend, once you see it, is a little more obvious. The other one was actually Pony AI. Because oftentimes when we see something go for 3 days in a row, you maybe have heard this before, maybe you haven't, like the whole, like, you got the 3-day gap up rule. You do it for the 3rd day, then you can get a nasty turn. It's more the trend after the turn I want to get into. Now, 3-day go into an obvious resistance spot at $9 is step 1. Right? So a lot of times when you're looking for that big continuation play, whether it's breaking out, example, Tesla holding above 260, or in this case, breaking down, where you're trapping longs above the $9 level on the 3rd day here in Pony, what happens after this is where you're like, yeah, you can really start to hold. And when you look at that 15-minute chart, which I will go back to, it's much more clean than this 3. And that's why I believe you should zoom out sometimes. But you can see the more longs trapped, the better trend the short is. Well, you've got pre-market trend up longs. You've got longs from the prior 2 days that need to get out. You have at the open when it holds the $9 even. You then have, but right before the open when it holds a 9 even. You have right at the open when it wicks underneath the 9 and then traps those longs. You then have another bounce off at 940, or again, you've got more longs, and potentially you have some breakouts at 950. That is a lot of long trades that are caught with traders that are also trying to make sure that they bank from the last couple of days worth of gains. It gives you a lot of price action to the sell side as it starts to fall and allows the trend continuation. And if you look at this, you know how many times I'll show you where it's like, oh, we get some out at a key level, but once it breaks like VWAP or something else, you're just like, yeah, reverted on the trend. Like you might argue that if I draw this a little bit better, you could have broken the trend here. You could sit there taking some out early and just be holding for $1.50 or the trailing stop for it to break the trend line. It's insane. You would hold it all morning long. And Tesla is a very similar story. Yeah, didn't long 260. The lesson of the day could easily be that. Both Sean and I will cop to it, and it's true. It's a fail of epic proportions not to be long the stock. But when you start to think about where would you think about even breaking the trend? I think the first time I saw a trend break was when I was looking at this level in here on Tesla. And now that it's broken away, let's just say you were in it late. Like when I was taking the short here, thank goodness we got out of that. When I was taking the short there, you could have easily then slapped a trend line on it from this point on and say it tried to break trend here and still broke the high. That trapped some more shorts, by the way. So I think you're actually holding this. If you took this breakout here, and you might have been taking some out on this dip. I could argue you'd take some out on that trend. But really, the ability to hold it is to look at these deep, long trend lines and just hold them through because you've trapped so many people in the other direction. Tesla trapped people right here early on. Tesla probably trapped some people at VWAP, maybe not to the same extent as Pony AI trapped longs today. But you have to also consider the other context that Pony AI didn't have, which was all of the resistance underneath the 260 level the last couple of days that was building up on Tesla. So you had that going for it as well. When we're talking about holding, you want a few things to get more than an ATR or an all-day hold or an all-morning hold or an all-midday hold for that big trend line. You want people trapped on multiple time frames in the other direction, obviously, and then you need a noticeable and discernible trend line that can be your exit point. And then you just don't cover anything else. Don't put orders out until it breaks that trend. And then you take some more out when it breaks that one trend line. It's probably going to trap some people short or be a great short right in here on Tesla because it just did that's a nice turn on that 15-minute right there. This looks like a good shorting opportunity actually in Tesla on that 15-minute, but I'm not in it right now. Your lesson of the day, if you want to hold for longer moves, have multiple time frames caught in the other direction. That always is going to help you. And then just hold till it breaks a long-term trend line of that day. It's the best advice I can give you because that's what I found works for me. Good luck, everybody.
Yeah, go ahead.
I see everybody's yelling about Summit Therapeutics. This is not a small cap gapper, guys. It's an $18.4 billion market cap. Yeah, bro. It's fine. Just keep laughing. SMMT. So keep a look at on this one. Big drop there midday. 11:35. Big boy drop there on Summit. I'm looking for reasons. Nothing really coming to my attention right now. I'm looking over here. We actually had Jeffrey's price target to 44 from 31. This was earlier on. This was super early, 10 o'clock, 9:56. And then this came in. I don't know if this is okay, Akeso wins Chinese approval for canceled drug position to rival Merck's Keytruda. Company discloses early data hinting at survival benefit. I don't know if that has anything to do with Summit. I don't know why Summit is tagged in this right now, but Summit Therapeutics, monster drop there, guys. It was trading, the closing print yesterday was 36 4/5. We just dropped to $23. Okay, this is an $18.8 billion market cap. It is not a small cap gapper. They don't usually trade in this way. So something obviously happened. Now it did halt to the downside. Shout out to my man Bovin for pointing this out. So there's a drop from around 33 1/3 all the way down to 24. That's where it halted. It was a 5-minute halt. It's holding generally that $24 level. As you can see, the closing prints on the one anyway are all being defended at 24, with the wicks at deepest going into that 23.25. It looks like if there could be some respect here on the 1 minute chart for that 20 exponential. We rejected it over here. We're right there again at the 20 exponential, kind of rejecting. I think Adara does have news on it. We're going to send it to her.
It is actually related to this Akeso story. So basically, I looked into this. Merck pushed higher on this catalyst. SMMT, which is apparently a rival or a competitor of Merck, is pushing lower. Akeso getting Chinese approval for a cancer drug positioned to rival Merck's Keytruda. A little unclear as to why Merck would be rallying on this, but either way, SMMT to the downside. Regardless of thoughts on this story, this is definitely, as far as I can tell on X, the story that is moving the stock. It is also worth noting here, SMMT is about a 20% short float. So just be aware here, this Merck and Summit situation, moving both stocks in opposite directions. I'm going to continue looking into this to understand it a little bit more, but this is one that gets a ton of retail attention, this SMMT. I looked into it, and once I find out or get a better sense of the context here, I'll let you guys know more. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Adara. Joseph.
Let's go, man.
Sorry, I'm not very good.
Short NVDA here, guys, off of those highs. Rain, I think Rain or Ryan in the chat was asking, do you wait for those levels of high of open interest to go exactly to that? No, look roughly around those strikes, right? Like you can see that at 110, we were talking about that call while we get to 109.32. It's not always going to be exact. It may be even a little bit higher than that, but look for those levels of support and resistance to come in here. Woo! And let's go here. NVDA, I took 50% off at 108.50, just sticking to the game plan. I'm doing exactly what I told you guys what I was going to do. Started small, and then I triple up the position right here. Tripled it up right there. So let's see if we can get this breakdown. You can see why I took it out here. We'll just elaborate a little bit more on why I took it out at that specific level. So here you can see right here, right around this, we have a nice shelf, a nice resistance zone, and we're starting to bounce off of that. So what was once resistance now acting as support, and we're getting that bounce to the top side. And I wouldn't be surprised if we head back towards the top of this range, which is going to be not too good. But I mean, I'm going to hold on to this. I don't know if we're going to go all the way to VWAP again. If you knew, then we would all make a lot of money, but we just got to sit in this trade and wait for that. But there we go, guys. Exactly why I was telling you, wait, be patient, be patient. As soon as we were to break this shelf right here, I triple up the position, and that's when we head to the south side a little bit more there on NVDA. My guy Robinhood's starting to break down, which isn't too good. But it's funny because I'm long NVDA in the swing, but now I'm short intraday, so it's like push-pull on yourself. So yeah, let's see what we got going on. Don't come all the way to 108.90s, which it's looking like it's about to right now. So squeeze on the lower time frame. That's what happens sometimes. So just be prepared for what's going on with that front. But yeah, there we go. Half of the position off at 108.50s, and we're in at 109. So a nice 50-cent move right there,
it is.
To the downside.
Attaboy, Joe.
Yeah.
2 New York cents. Sharif, please, please, please look at SoFi. It looks like it's at a critical level to break out or meet some heavy resistance. Charlie, I see your message, but as you saw there, New York, 2 New York cents brought his in first. So we're going to look at SoFi, and then I promise, Charlie, we will look at yours. I didn't even read your message yet. So SoFi. Critical level, breakout, meet some heavy resistance. So this is SoFi on the day. It's doing bupkis. Obviously, it's a move up and then a consolidation sideways, respecting that volume weighted average price at 1280. I don't think that's what you want me to do, though. I think you want me to look at the daily. Where could we find resistance? Well, I got to tell you, this one has had some bamboozlement. And here's the deal. Like, it lost the 50 over here. It lost the 50, was able to reclaim it super quick, got back down below the 50, popped up to the 50, which is the red line on my daily chart over here, and rejected to the T. Now it's back above the 50. However, we're still getting that lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high pattern. So my suggestion to you is wait for that big boy break on a closing basis above $14. And that would be technically it would be a higher high. So you would not be caught in that lower high, lower high, lower high pattern. And you don't even have a higher low either. We got to go back to Adara.
I did some research here, looked up some medical terms, and I think I have the actual story here for SMMT. Some people are basically sharing some OS, or overall survival results, for one of Summit's treatments. So apparently their Harmony A treatment in the middle of last year actually showed worsening overall survival as time went on. So apparently the overall survival data, as I'm seeing on X, and again, this is just from reading people's comments on X who know more about this, overall survival data not great here for SMMT, obviously not a good statistic to have for this type of company and this type of treatments. So SMMT to the downside with, it should be mentioned, a more than 20% short float. Back to you.
Thank you, Adira. All right, Charlie, Joseph, Sharif, please give us a quick, please give Netflix a quick glance. Keeps rejecting VWAP, but dips keep getting bought up. Can we see all-time highs today on a break above VWAP? Say less, my man. We're going to have a look at Netflix for you, no question about it. Adira's been shorting Netflix at all-time highs very successfully the last couple of times, so we're going to shout her out for that. And that's basically the mean reversion trade that we've been talking about. You know, you get up into those high levels, and people are going to want to wet their beak on some profits, hence why we pull back. What were you saying there, Adira? No worries. Yeah, of course. So here's the deal. This looks like a sound wave today on Netflix. This looks like a range. There's no discernible trend. I would say the money fills are around the 1,000 low 90s, 1,092, 1,093. You can see that was bought up multiple times, and you have bottoming tail candles into there. And what does that mean? That means there's aggressive buying. It means anytime it touches that price, buy orders are triggering. But in the same way that the buy orders are triggering to the downside in the low 1,090s, in the same way that they're rejecting that 1,100 area. Sure, you got a couple of prints, especially at the open there above 1,100. You got it again. Technically, the high of the day is 1,106 bucks. But look at these prints over here. I'm talking about that 1040 print. I'm talking about that 1120 print. And I'm talking about this one over here at 1210. They keep rejecting 1100. I personally wouldn't be looking to go long at VWAP. I would be personally just on the day, and I don't trade these large caps often, I'd be going long towards the bottom end of the range so long as the trend in the market, the NQ, the SPY, stays the same. I'd be looking for the money fills. Otherwise, wait for that big boy break above 1,100 on volume and on a closing basis. But you got it over here. That's why I'm hesitant to say take the breakout trade 1,100. This is a closing print. That's a closing print, and they all retrace below 1,100. So a bit of a bamboozer. It's above 1,100 right now. It's 1,122 pennies. It's trying to work above that level. We know what the $100 level is. We know it's a psychological area of support and resistance, depending on where you're coming from, the south side or the north side. Go, baby.
Okay, yeah. We got some. Okay, guys, we might break out here in the overall market. But one thing to note, I'm not going to jump the gun on this until that volume displays itself. All right. So you can see what I was thinking of this. Well, Sharif was talking about that underlying, and now I'm like, okay, let's wait. We're starting to compress in price. I told you that the market has been trading like absolute garbage today. Now I'm like, ooh, we could possibly break out here, but I'm not going to chase the breakout until the volume is supporting the breakout, all right? So I'm going to be patient, wait and see, because there might be multiple fakes. And if that volume does decide that it wants to come into the market, then I'm going to wait for the retest and then get into that trade. So once again, I'm telling you exactly what I'm planning, telling you out loud, and I'm going to try to execute on that. So that's what we did with NVDA, IBIT, and I kind of messed up Palantir, but that's okay. Palantir now breaking through some key resistance zones, but we need that volume. We're heading into this flat top here, Shrip. We have key resistance levels right here on the Qs, right? That's a level. So if we really want to get through it, then we're going to need that volume to support it, all right? So I'm going to take a look at the options chain right now to see what the Qs are telling us. Why are we continuously rejecting 469.22? Can anybody in the chat put it in there for me? Because I'm curious to see. If I see anything on the chain that says, hey, Joe, we have a lot of open interest. Sharif.
What happened, man?
Sharif, my guy.
What's happening? Just show the screen.
Just show the screen, man. Just show the people what's going on here.
What happened?
470.
What What do we got in the open interest, Joseph?
11,000 current open contracts on today's expiration cycle, higher than anything relative. 477 is that next highest level. But before we even get there, we have to breach through this. This is why we talk about it all the time. Why are we consistently rejecting these same levels? Take a look at the chain. Take a look at 110 on NVDA. Now you got 470 here in the queues. We can't get past that. It's a massive supply zone. There's not enough demand in order for us to punch through these key levels. If the volume steps in, there's no doubt we can, but we have to be patient and wait for that volume to come in and give us that confirmation for us to move to the top side.
There's this wrestling move. You ever watch wrestling?
Of course, man.
Okay, so you know about the DDT, right?
Yeah.
Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
For me, he was the guy that started with the DDT, but that was WWF.
Oh no, the DDT's this, right?
No, that's a stunner, bro. The DDT is I put your head under my arm and I smash your head into the ground, right?
Yeah.
So, Jake the Snake Roberts, he, in my opinion, was the OG of the DDT in the WWF, now WWE. But that wasn't the only wrestling association back then, was it, Joseph? We had World Championship
WCW.
WCW. And there was another guy in there by the name of Diamond Dallas Page.
DDP, that guy was one of my favorite, Diamond Dallas Page.
He used to call it the diamond cutter because he would cut diamonds, Joseph. He's a jeweler. You know, he's doing his work.
Was that what he was doing?
Yeah, well, I don't know, bro. Shout out to my man DDT in the chat. I told you Big Bear was on one. We got long, baby. 19s. We're doing it freaking live. Big Bear AI just took out the high of the day. We took out $3.32, but I'm going to go like this. Okay, I'll just do it on my own because this is going and I got no shares left. We had 5 outs on this bad boy and they said, I don't care about your outs, bro. I'm continuing to go. And that's exactly what it's doing right now. $3.38, high of the day. It's 16% in the green. It looks like it wants to get to that 40 penny level at 340. Good look for Big Bear AI. What a beautiful look that is on the day. We're going to keep an eye out on this one because it looks like it's really going right now. Now, the reason I got in, this was a 3 candle on the 5-minute chart hold up, means it held the level at the volume weighted average price. And what better area to get in than VWAP? Well, I'm sure there's better areas, but for me, this one was a level. We got in at 319, and then it's continuing to go. BBAI on one right now. Look for that 40 penny break. Let's see what everybody's saying in the chat.
Yeah, they're loving that.
Bovin, Omex above VWAP. I'll keep an eye on that. Bovin, thank you. Appreciate you. Yes, WCW. Yes, remember, everybody remembers this, bro. The Diamond Cutter, says Ike Release. All right. DDP, great times. Yeah, apparently he's really into that yoga thing now. He's got like DDP yoga.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and he's like helped a lot of the wrestlers, because you know how it was back in the day. They were abusing a lot of stuff. So a lot of their bodies were not in great shape, and he's helping a lot of them. So kudos to him, man.
Insane.
Yeah.
But we got a $5 super chat here, Sharif.
Yes, sir.
From my guy Swoldemore. Jojo. So my cousin calls me. MSTY is short 33K. MSTR 0 DTE 362.50 call contracts. Let's make some money on the capitulating their short. Let's go. And there goes the TQs starting to break out here. I don't even know what I just hit there. But there we go. Starting to break out. I'm waiting for that volume just in case this is a false breakout, guys. But some of these big names starting to climb higher. We're running through some key resistance zones here. I don't want to jump the gun just yet. You can see that volume hasn't stepped in yet. And you can say, Joe, why don't you take the breakout? I totally could, and I could be right. That volume could step in, but that's not part of my playbook. I'm sticking to the rules on what we've established. I'm going to wait for it to come in, because if we are truly going to keep a sustained breakout, I need to see that volume. Natalia, yes, we went over that Palantir 110 yesterday. You can see it continuously struggling here on the day at that specific level, but here goes the TQ's volume. Please step in so we can wait for that pullback and then get involved in this trade, because we have that ascending wedge type price action and we're climbing higher and higher, especially if some of these big names want to get the ball rolling. One thing I will add is that Google is attempting to make a new low. I don't like taking a long when Google is making a new low and the overall market's trying to break out. Be cautious of what may happen. It could be a false break. I could be wrong. I'm going to wait for the volume by time profile. be patient, wait for those entries, and there goes Palantir. Palantir is absolutely soaring now at 109.82. What a missed opportunity on that one. That's okay. We're going to be patient and wait. You can see we're slowly starting to stair-step in volume here on the overall market. There we go, guys, and this is the volume that we might want to see right now.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what we want to see. Come in volume, come in volume. We're going to be patient, wait for that pullback, and we might get that breakout right now. NVDA now north of 109, looking really, really good. Put in a new high a day. Let's go.
Freaking go. Nice, Joseph. That's a trade right there, bro. Everything's good right there. Adara, what's up?
This part of the show is brought to you by Trade the Pool. With Trade the Pool, you can trade real stocks with massive capital and only put down $47 to get started. Trade the Pool offers 2 ways to get funded, and both give you access to up to $200,000 in company capital. Trade the Pool, it all depends on your trading style. The Max plan is built to reward consistency with a smooth path to payouts, and the Flex plan is designed to fit you when you need more time and flexibility. Whatever path you take, your risk is capped and your opportunity is unlimited. Join tradethepool.com, scan the QR code, and get 10% off. Back to you.
Yeah, 2NY. Nice work there, Jameson SMA. Is that a new one there? Yeah. Hit it again one more time. Fight. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one right there.
That is a really good one there.
That's a good one.
Yeah, we like that one there, Fabian. If you can send me the code there. You actually probably don't want to give me that one because, but yeah, we'll be patient. Market continuing to break out here, Sharif. We might have missed this one, but we'll be patient, wait for that retest, and then look to get involved. Pool Shark.
He's dropping money.
Shark. You know we like sharks around here, baby. Because if you're gonna swim in this ocean, best believe you need to be a shark. That's for sure. Because it is a tough one. You can't be a bottom dweller, I don't think, in this game. You got to be a shark.
I thought you were going to say bottom feeder.
Yeah, or like a small fish. But we
fair.
Small. I didn't want to belittle anything or anybody.
Yeah, I know. We really need to worry about the feelings of the fish.
Yeah. I did. Hey, man.
It's a
I love all
correct
animals.
Environment.
Yeah, I love all animals.
I won't get canceled, you know.
Even the
disrespect the wrong fish.
Even the fish. Even though I'm terrified, water. I told you water is my biggest fear, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
Hold on. Pause. Let's hit the pause button for a second.
Pause it.
What's happening here?
I'm just terrified. I don't know. It's just like something that like I can't see. Like I'm terrified of sharks.
How you feeling right now?
Ooh. I mean, dude, when I was younger, I used to panic in pools because I thought there were sharks. Like I can swim and everything like that pretty good, but I just have the biggest fear of sharks.
I don't like bodies of water that are opaque, that you can't see through.
Oh my God. Dude, I did the most sketchy thing one time in Trinidad. So, okay, I don't know if you know what.
That's clear water, though.
No, dude, it's murky. Yeah, there's a bay. So, it's not. Yeah, I think it's called Maracas for all my Caribbean people. Maracas, and for the Caribbean people, also know there's this thing called bacon shark, right? So it's like fried shark, right? It comes in a sandwich with like cabbage and everything. Absolutely amazing. But there's this cove, Maracas, I think it is, something along those lines, and it's really murky water. And what do? Decide to just go swimming where they catch the shark to make
where they catch the sharks
to make the food. And I'm like, what am I doing in this cove? It just brought me back. Like I had the beach feelings. You know that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, The Beach. Yeah, one of the sickest movies. And you know that cove in Thailand? It's like that, but in Trinidad, and I'm like swimming in this murky water, and I'm like, what am I doing?
Why would you do that?
I don't know. We were swimming in it. Yeah, we were swimming in it, but I decided to go further out than everybody, and I'm like, whoa, I'll never do that again. But let's see what Adair's up to.
Two pieces of news on two different Mag 7 tickers. Let's start with Tesla. TSLA, by far one of the stronger names on the day. Bloomberg reporting that Tesla's India office is refunding early bookers of its Model 3. So TSLA in India already refunding some people who booked its Model 3 early. Then we've got GOOGL on watch. The company reportedly filing for a mixed shelf offering with undisclosed size. So keep an eye here on GOOGL and TSLA. Two different stories here for two different Mag 7 names on what's been a very fun Friday for trading. Back to you.
That Adara.
Thanks, Adara.
Big Bear is continuing to go here, Joseph.
Yeah.
Because it's not stopping. It's a 340 high a day now on Big Bear AI. What a beautiful look today. And I'm all done my shares here at this 3 1/3. Look, Big Bear for me, this is a great look, but I'm not punching it at highs. Ideally, I'd like this to come down into that 330, test that previous area of resistance we couldn't clear on these two candles over here at 10.05 and 10.10. If it does that, comes back into 330, I'm a buyer there. So I'll look to buy that previous area of resistance and look for it to act as support this time around. It's not foolproof.
Get out of here.
It's not foolproof at all. Who are you beefing with?
The pool, because I'm trying to type something and it was in my way.
I was like, yo, don't block him this time. Let's have fun with him. Like, you guys are blocking everybody so quick. I want to tease them a little bit. But yeah, good look there on Big Bear AI. It's staying on the side chart. But I was told, and this is accurate, that OMEX, one of the winners that's been good to us lately, is back above VWAP. And that's accurate. And this is a good look today on OMEX. It's a multi-day runner, and by multi-day, I'm talking about 2 days. But this is good because, you know, these small cap gappers, we always say they're around for a good time, not a long time. And sometimes, most times, in fact, something that was up 80% one day will be down 40% the next day. And that's just the way these small cap gappers are, right? And you can see that reflected on the daily charts. Their body will be this big and the wicks will be this big. And that's because they're intraday trades, not holds. In any event, this one, not giving up the ghost. We held yesterday's low and we made a new high. And now we're working back above the volume weighted average price. But it looks like, Bub, and I don't know how you see this, brother, but this $1.50, it's a bit of an elusive level. We had a lot of trouble taking out that $1.50 initially over here. You saw that in the pre-market, 8.35 to about 9. We did get above it momentarily, getting to that $1.80, but we were quick to drop right below that $1.50. And then look at all these topping tails. You don't see bottoming tails over here. You see topping tails. And the reason is this $1.50, $1.60 area is being it's either a great profit-taking area for somebody or somebody's shorting up a storm. And we're doing the same thing here again. So I'd like to see a little bit more here from OMEX. I'm not going to be quick to jump in, especially having seen these topping tails in the mid to high 150s. I'd like a clearing of that level on a closing basis, and then perhaps we can have a discussion about that. All right, Big Bear AI just came back into that 3 1/3. Okay, it's still not at that 330, so let's go ahead and put our money where our mouth is, and we're going to front run that level. We're going to sit at 31s. Here's the deal. Anything below 28, I'm gone. So if we get the fill at 31, we will risk all the way down to 28, and that's going to be it. Reason is 28 reject, 28 reject, 28 reject, and then finally we get the big boy break there at 28. So fine. It's shown itself to be a level. Fine. Let's base our trade off that level. That's what I'm thinking right now on BBAI. We'll see how this one goes. Now, one that I've had up on the side chart essentially since the beginning of the show and said almost nothing about, UPXI. And the reason I didn't talk about it is because this ugly, you-know-what, topping tail candle that probably stopped everybody and their mother's third cousin out. All the way up into 2257, drops to 1681. Ugly, ugly chart. Then it becomes a bit more calm. It's not as parabolic. The range per candle starts tightening up a little bit. You had really wide range per candle dollars. Now we're talking about cents range per candle, and it's become much more predictable. It's got that oscillating look to it where it puts up, 5 candles green, 3 candle pullback, another 5 candle green, you know what I mean? So it's got that upward kind of channel trend to it. So I could certainly be persuaded to get something off this. Now, this one does look like it might have trouble at 20. It had trouble closing above 20 at any point. I mean, it definitely got to 2257, but look at these closing prints. They're all a skosh or not above 20. So I'm expecting some resistance at 20. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to go short at 20. What that means is I'm looking for a rejection of 20 and then a pullback into 19. Why do I want to pull back into 19? Well, it's already shown you its propensity to act as a resistance level. So what I'll look for if we get that rejection off 20 is a dip trade into 19. I'm a buyer in and around there for that continuation of the trend. So that's what I'm thinking here on UPXI. I've executed nothing on it. It's up a respectable 45% on the day. But let me tell you a little bit more about UPXI, okay? In terms of technical data. So this thing is a $26-ish million market cap, so it's a small company. About 9 2/3 million shares traded on the day. OPEXI is a brand owner specialized in the development, manufacturing, and distribution of consumer products. The company focuses on direct-to-consumer and Amazon brands. They include Lucky Tail, Prax, Cure Mushrooms. Cure Mushrooms, huh? Okay. Moonwalker Gummy Labs. I see where this is going. Okay, so good luck there. Let's see what the float is. About 15 million share float. And let's find out what the short float is if we can. Trade ideas, 2.7%, excuse me, of the float is shorted. But trade ideas telling me a fundamentally different float of 1 million shares, not 15. Let's see if there was a reverse split here on the daily on Upexi. No, I'm not seeing anything. Well, there was October 1st. There was a 1 to 20. And hold 1 second, Joseph. This is a multi-day runner, guys. This one started running on the 21st. It's the 25th. And every single freaking day, it's put in higher highs and higher lows. This is a multi-day runner right now on UPXI. So something's up with this one. It's not giving back the trade. So we're going to keep an eye out on that one.
Tina.
We want to know more, Katina, man. You can't just show up like that on the screen. What did you work out today? How's the weather?
Yeah, oh, he's like that. Man, get out of here.
What happened?
Get him. He's such a cool dude over there.
He's a cool dude in a loose mood, bro. You ever see those commercials in the 80s with Tony the Tiger?
I wasn't born in the 80s, so I wouldn't know.
Well, whatever, bro. Making me feel bad about myself.
So take this.
Get it, Katina, man. I didn't even notice you was on this screen.
So the guy I told you I was going to message.
What?
About
what?
TikTok?
Yeah.
He's hit me back and he said he's happy to chat. So I'm gonna.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm gonna see what.
We gotta put him in touch with Brendo too.
Yeah. We'll see what. Hey man, can't give away all my.
All right. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for wanting to grow the show.
No, I'm playing.
What a bad person I am, bro.
I'm only playing, you know that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have messaged him. You know what I mean, right? So yeah. But I mean, like, look at NVDA go here, my guy. Where are we long NVDA? Tell me where we're long NVDA in the swing count. Please reiterate me one more time, my guy.
One more time.
Tell me, I know where I'm long at. I know exactly where I'm long, bro.
Look at your friend Big Bear. You see your friend Big Bear?
Okay.
Look at that breakout, Katina, man.
I like
that. It's a big boy breakout.
A little bullish today.
Yeah.
Not a bad look
today, man. We're going.
It's getting foggy outside.
Is it?
I think the rain's getting ready.
It's raining tomorrow, Katina, man. Yeah.
Do.
Sunday.
Hey, we got salmon, boys.
Yes.
Cool in the rain too. Do. Oh man, we're killing it. We took a little short there on NVDA, but IBIT and NVDA, nothing else matters because those names are really ripping and the market's
Katina, man, Google's still bleeding, brother. You got a banger short on there, dude. Your banger short. It's at low a day. Yeah, good call there. Market's pulling into the high a day though, huh? Yeah, close. 19,450. Well, yeah, whatever. It's fine.
I wish I was a little bit taller. Wish I was a baller.
That's a good guy, bro. He's making me chuckle. Thanks, Dennis Michelle. Bro, I got white Vapor Maxes if you want. I don't wear the Vapor Maxes anymore, so I'm trying to get rid of them. Neil's got the blue ones. I think your shoe size is bigger than me though. You're 13s, right? Yeah. I'm 11 and a half. So like,
there you go. Oh, all right, big boy feet there.
Yeah. Katina, man, bro.
See you guys, eh?
Well, there you go. Well, we're not going to repeat that on the camera, Katina, man, but you're more than welcome to later. Tesla's at the high of the day, Katina, man. Do you want to guess where Tesla is, brother? 285. What? Yes. It's a rocket ship, Katina, man, and it's only up like 9 3/4% on the day. Knocking on the door of that 10.
What's Tesla trading at?
284.60.
What did your boy sell it at? 235. Let's go. Hey,
why are you excited about that?
You can't win them all. I'm making fun of myself, but we're long NVDA.
He's over here.
Long IBIT. We're looking at me. Again, I'll tell you which mistakes I have. Could this just be somewhat of some squeezing? Absolutely, but I'm out of this name. There's too much going on with it. I will get back involved with it. It's like a short-term divorce, I guess, with Tesla. We're just talking with the lawyers. I said, I don't like what you're doing. Separation.
Yeah, you're good, though.
Partially separated.
There you go.
I'm on the couch. They still have my money. It's okay. It doesn't matter because we're going to get back into this name. eventually, but right now I'm not going to chase it. But what I am chasing is the exuberant buying here in NVDA continuing to climb higher, 110. Now we are at those contracts. We were at that call wall. Let's see what is going on that
Bring it in.
front.
Get out of here, Trenda.
Let me try a piece of that there. Oh, is that a cucumber?
Yes.
Can I have, can I have one there? Let me try it.
Oh, that's quality, Katina, man. Is that couscous? Is that couscous? Yeah, that's couscous. I like the beans that they put in the salad yesterday. They were bangers.
Yo, that cucumber's 50 cents.
hey, that's no problem, man.
Here you go. You owe me 50 cents. There you go. Katina,
We're printing up on NVD. I will gladly donate 50 cents for that.
Do you know how long this has been here, this $1.50? Like 2 years,
Thought
bro.
about it taking it a couple times, but that's okay.
Why? Why?
Because I get a pack of gum at
fair.
Dollarama.
You could have it, baby.
Yeah, 'cause you know
like
we
you're
keep-
stuck, take it, baby.
Accelerate your breath.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, there's a $3 in the money there on Google. Nice trade there, Katina, man. DDT, Diamond Dallas Page, Sharif. Sorry, I'm new to this and learning trader lingo. But we were on the same page about Big Bear. I know, brother. I know, but you were telling me that Big Bear lost VWAP. I was trying to tell you it defended VWAP. Let's talk about it. Let's bring it in here. You're a newer trader. Let's take advantage of the opportunity to do a little bit of a quick lesson. This white line, DDT, on my black charts, the white line will always be the volume weighted average price. Do a quick Google search if you're a newer trader on what volume weighted average price is. Super easy to understand, but that'll explain it better than me. Each one of these obviously is a candle. On the 5-minute candle means each candle here is 5 minutes in length. So from 11:55 to 12:05, so 15 minutes, we held up at that volume weighted average price. That doesn't happen by accident. That usually means somebody's buying it at that level. Well, why would anybody be buying at VWAP? Well, VWAP is one of those indicators that a lot of people use. A lot of hedge funds use it. A lot of algorithmic trading systems use it. A lot of intraday traders like us and swing traders as well, like the NOS boss. They all use it.
Keep going, brother. You just ran yourself right into
oh, God, he's going to do his little shameless self.
The hottest.
Oh, God.
The hottest YouTube short out right now. If you really want to know about VWAP, there it is right there. What is it? Go and find out for yourself the hottest short. I didn't refresh. I didn't get any extra views, guys. What is that? Come show your boy some love. Only 2.7. We were sitting at that when I was promoting, but if you want to know what it is, this guy will tell you right here. Look at that smile, my guy.
That's great, Sean.
All right,
Big Bear AI at the volume weighted average price. So this is not happening by accident, right? There's obviously people picking it up at this level. So when you were telling me, look, you know, this is losing the volume weighted average price, I disagreed with you. And the reason I disagreed is because I kept seeing the buying there. And so just super simple to set up your volume weighted average price. I don't know what platform you're using, but I'll just show you where mine is. You go into studies or indicators or anything like that. And sometimes there's a search thing there. Sometimes there isn't. You'll have to go through them all. So type in VWAP. And then you find there it is, intraday volume weighted average price. You add that bad boy on. Now, key thing is, if you exclude or include pre-market and aftermarket data, that's going to change the VWAP setting on your chart. So let me just show you, for example. All right. So VWAP right now, let's just take this as an example. $3.21 on Big Bear AI. That's where VWAP is. Now, that includes pre-market and aftermarket data. But look what happens when we take off pre-market data. Show data outside of regular trading. Apply. Okay. Look at that. It moves up. It completely changes where VWAP populates. If VWAP is populating at 4 a.m. as opposed to, say, 9:30, the numbers are going to be different. The areas where VWAP holds up are going to be different. So keep that in mind. For example, our trading platform here, P-Pro 8, the one was with the white charts, all that does is starts populating data that is at 6:30 a.m. Whereas my platform, the black charts, will start populating at 4 a.m. Again, that changes where the volume weighted average price and some other indicators show up. So make sure you're taking those two things into account. The fact that you're including VWAP and where VWAP starts populating from, whether it's at 4 a.m. when the pre-market starts, or whether it's at 9:30 or some other time. Like our platform, like I just finished saying, 6:30. I know that there's what's it called, TD. In this country, which is what you guys know as TD Bank, here is called TD Canada Trust, they have a platform that you can only start trading at 8 a.m. on. So different platforms, different brokerages, different rules, Joseph. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's well, I think I interrupted you there with my my VWAP lesson, but that's okay.
Kill me.
That is okay. Gorev, my guy, check this out. We got a nice big engulfing candle here. You can see that we're really starting to squeeze. And I mean, look at this volume come in. As we crack that $10, what are the chances of that volume coming in exactly where we have the highest levels of open interest? Okay, so what is happening? I don't know what's on the other side of the trade, but what that can possibly be is just market makers hedging against that position, right? They're like, okay, now all our short calls are now in the money. What do? We got to start selling shares against that to push price back down. So we got to be patient to see what's going on. I think this might be a possible short. That first initial signal came in right here. We squeeze higher and higher, and then now we get this engulfing print, and now possibly going to print an inverted hammer candle on that one. But the market is climbing. That breakout volume really starting to step in, guys. I told you guys be patient for it to come into play, and here you go. A nice session here in the market. Bitcoin starting to climb higher. Oh, we got NVDA now north of 110. The Qs are through that resistance zone. Excuse me, that flat top break. So be cautious on what you're trading right now, guys. So you can see that we were short NVDA, and then we tripled up the position, took 50% off there, and then we got stopped out break even. Imagine I was bag holding this short. No, I don't. That's why I get out when I'm supposed to. But our better trade on the day here, tactical. I seen you tactical something. I seen you in the chat. You didn't really know about me, but now you know, I guess, because you can see that when I get stopped out, I get right back in, and then you go 1, 2, 3, all the way to the top side, and then we start piecing some out as we go. So I'm going to be patient, wait for this 5-minute print to formulate here, Gorev, and then we might be able to find a short on NVDA. But the thing is, though, I don't want to go against the overall market. If some of these big names want to start to recover, then I'm not going to be shorting that. So be patient and see what the overall market does right now, my friend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. CEP just got into VWAP, guys. So this is a make or break time here, guys. Excuse me. Yeah, so CEP, we've been long this multiple times. It's been a good look today for CEP. It's at make or break moment. Now, a couple of reasons. One, it's at that trend line. So that upward channel doesn't happen by accident. Number two, that trend line, the lower trend line on CEP is overlapping right now with the volume weighted average price. In addition to that, it's at the whole dollar level, 33. Which has already shown its intentions to both act as support and resistance intraday. So this is very interesting. Now we can get in here and we can give it a tight stop below 33. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So we're going to go. We haven't taken a trade in a while. Oh, wow, it's so spready. It won't even let me in. So let's see if it dips down. Now we got the long, so let's go ahead and throw in the stop loss. Joseph, I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Again, same narrative here, guys. We're going to be patient and wait and see what we can do here on NVDA. I do like this print right here for a potential short. We can have our risk profile defined right now. So here we go. We'll wait for that. You don't want to put it right at it. Right? So again, a little bit higher, 110.75, and then look for that short. But the thing is, though, we don't want to go against the overall market right now. If we do decide to break down, then we'll be prepared to do so. I think I'm going to take a stab at it once we crack that 110.27 and might head to the downside there, Sharif.
All right, guys, I just had to throw in my stop. Thank you, Joseph, for covering. All right, so we're long 56s. I just got the beak wet there on the pop-up into 34, but it's right back into my entry at 52s again. I've put the other beak wetter just south of 34, and then I've got one more after that, and we're going to hold that piece for the dream. But anything below 33, that's the end of the trade for me. It's going to have to hold the volume weighted average price. I'm not going to be trying to guess and DCA below that key level. The trade is what it is. It's not what you want it to be, okay? That's just how I see it. If 33, VWAP, the lower trend line is lost, then I'm wrong on the trade, okay? And I'll sleep well at night. But I'd rather execute properly on this than have to chase it. So we're 5 pennies out of the money right now, but we already got the beak wet looking for the hold of VWAP and a move back up. Simultaneously, UPXI, my goodness, The strength on this one is amazing. Look at this rounded bottom over here and a curl right into 21. I'm sitting there still waiting at 19s. It's not even having me, man. And I don't even think that 19 entry is accurate anymore because it looks like it's shadowing the 10 exponential on the 5 now. So to me, the current dip trade is 1950, not 19. We'll see what this one does. Adara, what's up?
Couple different stories coming through. One, keep an eye on MSOS and all of these cannabis-related names. Going to give a bit of a pop here. Our friend Charles Gasparino, frequently contributing to Fox Business. Now he has an article with the New York Post. Apparently, Pot Inc. has embraced the Make America Great Again movement, and there are some signs that Trump is ready to move into the pot space. So keep an eye on this. Again, this is just as reported by Charles Gasparino, published in the New York Post. Great look for MSOS. Also, keep an eye on these markets. More tariff talk, this time coming from Chancellor Reeves of the UK. She's saying that apparently she met with U.S. Treasury Secretary Bessent today to discuss a deal between the UK and the U.S. So we've heard the U.S. talk a lot about these trade deals. Now we have the UK saying, yes, they did in fact meet with these parties. Back to you. Oh, sorry. And we have VinFast. Thank you to VinFast. VinFast closed 2024 with strong financial and operational performance, signaling big promises on its global EV journey. Q4 revenue reached roughly $678 million USD, up 70% year over year and 34% quarter over quarter, reflecting robust demand and improving sales execution. 97,000 and more EVs delivered in 2024, including over 53,000 in Q4 alone. A 192% year over year increase, underscoring traction across core and new markets. Progress on global expansion. 322 EV showrooms and 322 e-scooter showrooms now operational worldwide as of March 2025, including both VinFast-owned and dealer-operated locations. Grid mobility ecosystem, continued development of V-Green charging infrastructure and growth of GSM electric ride-hailing services in key Asian markets to drive long-term EV adoption. Thank you to VinFast. Back to you.
Yeah, you got anything? I got something here, Sharif. Again, NVDA, I don't like this 1 minute print right here. Gaurav, this could be some signs of trouble if we don't break down. You can see that was essentially a micro pullout. I mean, the short signals are there, but with a market this strong, we have to just be cautious, right? Okay, so we're starting to break down a little bit here. I'm in up around here, guys, but this was kind of what I was being slightly alarmed about, was that little print right there, just in case it's a micro pullback. But you can see that the market's starting to come in as well. So if we can crack through some of these levels, then we might be able to aim for 109.50s. We're short from about 110.39. So yeah, let's see. This is what I have to be cautious about. I think if you're going short NVDA, watch out for this. We're going to need the overall market to continue to bleed. Google, head towards the lows. I don't care. We took a couple attempts on you, but you can see we have that little bit of a pullback, and then now buyers are stepping right back in. This could be a total change of sentiment here on this name. So not going to hold on to it for too long. Again, if we crack through that high, I'm going to get out of that trade and take about a 50-cent loss. But I think this short might be coming into play. Going against the trend, it's tough luck. You have to be precise. Let's see what Adara's up to.
Baidu, nice push to the upside. We have Nikkei reporting that Baidu has unveiled AI models over 60% cheaper than DeepSeek. So again, according to a report from Nikkei, Baidu is unveiling AI models up to or over 60% cheaper than those offered by DeepSeek. BIDU AI catalyst pushing into intraday highs. Back to you.
Thank you, Adara, for that. I'm involved again in CEP. Where are we long? 43s, just wet the beak there. Get it, Adara. At 72s, that's fine. Now I'm waiting on the north side. I'm waiting at 34.25. It's holding generally the volume weighted average price. So I did get stopped out on that previous position, but I got right back in. It's having trouble clearing 34 now. 34 now acting as a level of resistance, which isn't surprising because it's the whole dollar level, but it didn't, well, actually it did kind of act as a resistance before, so kind of not surprising, but that I'm talking about these topping tails over here. Here we go, we're zagging, 33.72. I am being a little bit more risky here by putting my next profit taker above 34, and substantially above 34. I'm talking about 34.25. So let's see if this one wants to catch a bid. It's at a nice level. It's holding trend, but we could see wicks that get me out. And that's exactly what happened last time because I had my stop above prior bar low, which is usually not a good idea. So we've already extracted profits on both the trades, but the first one, full disclosure, got stopped out for the last 2 exits. Let's see if this one can continue to run. It's a 3-candle holdup at the volume weighted average price. It doesn't mean it's going to bounce, okay? I'm just trying to put the odds on my side. So zigging and zagging right now, showing me 58s, 60s. There we go. The catching a little bit of a bid. Let's see if it continues to move up. My man, make Sharif rich again. I'm not poor. Well, not yet. I will be soon, hopefully. Not hopefully. Hopefully this CEP doesn't drop below that level. But yeah, when you're talking for 3 hours, give me a break, bro. So UPXI as well, guys. I'm waiting for this one to come back into 19.5. I've been waiting for that one for a while. It's still not dipping in to that level. I think I'm going to have to chase it at the 20 exponential. And the 20 exponential is a dynamic level. So right now it's showing me 19.75. So we'll see exactly if this one wants to continue to move up on that bad boy. So that's what all I'm involved in right now. We're doing it live here on CEP. We're in the money, but looking for that 34 clearance, Joseph.
Yeah, I don't even know I'm in this one here. I'm going to hop out, guys.
You had to sell the shoes for being a millionaire.
What's going on here?
Oh, man.
We got 2 handles going on. What am I logged in here to?
You want me to cover?
Yeah, please take it over.
So we'll keep looking over here at CEP as it continues to zig and zag, still holding that levels. Adopt me again. You're killing me, bro. My man DDT. $5 super chat. Thank you, DDT, for that. Joseph, Sharif, thank you both. Learning a lot. Say less, my man. We love you anyway for joining us. Thank you for sticking with us during the midday. I know it's a little bit slower sometimes, but that's what we're here for. We're here to put on these trades while it's a little bit slower. That's our job. SF Trader. Love how Sharif and Joseph keep it real with their dialogue. You know how it is, baby. That's just the way we're going to do it. And thank you for joining Joseph and I. All right, UPXI coming into that level that I was just yapping about. So let's load it up. Here it is, UPXI into 20 bucks, which is that 20 exponential. 1960 actually is that 20 exponential moving average on the 5. So let's see if we can get maybe front run it at 77s. Let's see if we can get that. There we go. We get the ad. Anything now below 1950, we're going to have to throw a stop in there. So we'll go ahead and do that. And so what do we got? We got 77, 75. So let's go up and wait up here. And we'll throw some orders for some possible beak wetters if we're able to get them to the high side. Showing me 80s now. Let's throw up another one north of that 20. I'm going to wait over here. So we'll see what we get there. Joseph, you good?
Yeah, I'm good, brother.
Go ahead.
Thanks. Okay, yeah, Pug Life, I'm tapped in, brother. I'm back under Jose himself. It's actually Joseph, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll be patient here, guys. Gorb, I like that you pointed out Amazon, because if it breaks, then this market can most definitely continue to keep this ball rolling to the top side. So we'll be patient. If we break through this 110.20, then I think I might add to this a little bit more as well too. So I'll be patient to see what's going on. What's your handle? Is your Joey Options, Joe WR Joseph? Yeah. See, again, it signed me into a different account. It signed out and then signed me back in. So I'm back in as Joseph himself. So there we go. Yeah, I mean, it's such a tough look. Amazon looking like it wants to break through some key resistance zones. I mean, we're through that call wall now on NVDA, so there could potentially be some more squeeze type price action. And there we go. I got to get prepared to get out of this trade if we continue to move to the top side here, guys. So yeah. A little bit more patient. Don't want to get out prematurely just in case it does decide that it wants to break down. But if some of these big names continue to move higher, like Google's at the just off of the lows now, and Amazon's running around those key resistance levels. So again, we have that defined risk profile. Hopefully that can come into play. We'll give it a little bit of room. If it squeezes through, then this name is most definitely going to continue to climb higher. Now close to 111 is NVDA. So wow, yeah, really, really good look. It sucks that I'm short intraday off of these signals, but I'm glad that I'm long this name, and I'll say it once again. So continue to climb NVDA, and let's go IBIT, Sharif. So,
sorry, I'm just in a position.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to send it to you right now. I'm just saying, let's go here. You're in a position. I'm in one too. Let's see if we can keep this ball rolling. What do you guys? Yeah, I know Scott Tomlinson. I know it. I'm well aware of what I'm doing, right? Like I'm telling to you guys live exactly what I'm doing, especially with a name that is now through this call wall. It can get absolutely disastrous for the shorts, and that's why I'm happy. I will more than willingly hop out of this trade if we start to squeeze, and you can see us start to head towards this high. So I'll be patient on that front to get out of that, but it doesn't even matter. I called 110. I told you I called that 110 over the weekend. Let's see if it's going to stay up there. I mean, there's a lot of open interest. Let's pull it up for you guys so you can see it and just go over that. But I also got to keep an eye on this because I don't want to hold on to this too much longer because we have now put in a new high a day. So I have to be cautious just in case we do decide to squeeze. Let me pull it up here, and I'm going to pull up that call wall here on NVDA for you guys so you can see exactly what we're looking at.
Oh, my goodness.
And like, man, what a squeeze. I'm so happy and thrilled that we're starting to climb. I wish I obviously went significantly heavier, but that's okay. Now in the money are these 110 strikes. It was at 199 earlier on the day. All right, guys, I'm out. Don't want any part of this whatsoever. Okay, so there we go. We'll take a loss on that one, no problem. A little bit bigger than what I wanted, but it is what it is. We're squeezing here as a positive sign for NVDA. 96,000 currently open contracts. Yesterday that was at 99. I didn't think we would get north of 110 today on this expiration cycle, but here you're seeing it absolutely live. We're now tapping into 111. Let's go. I'm absolutely loving this one there, Sharif. You got your trade on?
Yeah, we're good. UPXI, we've got 1811s. It's showing me 18s. Here we go. Back up to 1815, looking for the first beak wetter at 25s. Let's see if this one wants to pop up. UPXI at VWAP, but it's going to have to hold up here. So this is going to be the end of this trade on UPXI if it loses the volume weighted average price on a closing basis. Right now, there it is. Now we're popping back up into the quarter there. We get the print there. Now we got 91s. Does it pop up a little bit more? Let's see. We got shares on here. So let's see. Let's take some out at 15s. Let's see if we can get the beak wet there. There we go. Not bad. All right, getting out of some trouble here on UPXI. Let's see if it pops up even more. Don't want to take out too quickly because it's still showing that it's being bought up off the volume weighted average price. Let's see if we can take some out at 33s. Excuse me over here. So we'll go 33s. We'll see if that beak wants to get wet. Showing me 22s right now. Moving up, 34s now on the ask. It's got a cross though. So it's got 34s on the ask, but it had 15s on the bid. So we don't get the print quite yet. 34s again now showing up on the ask. We don't get that print quite yet. So let's see if we can take out some a little bit below. I got a little trouble over here. There we go. We'll take out some more there. Now we got 85s on. Now this is trouble because this is like the bid drop, right? I saw 34s. Then I saw 33s. Now I'm seeing 30s. So the seller or the short seller is getting a bit more aggressive to the downside. And I don't know if Adair calls this the bid or the ask creep, but it's moving down incrementally. That's what she says. Yeah, she says yes. So I'm a little concerned over here. I won't let this go against me. Let's go ahead and put 1777 as our out, and then we'll give it all the way down here. So if it does lose the bid, we will break even on this one. We do get stopped out, break even, and I'm happy about that because it's continuing to drop. So we get out of some trouble, but this was not a good trade, full disclosure, right? It's continuing to go right now to the downside, about 17 to third, 17 incoming on UPXI. So this one is losing the bid. Trouble for any longs over here. We're at a dodge. Let's keep an eye out on that one. BBAI continuing to go, guys. 353, I believe now, the high of the day. It's showing it's got 50s right now. I had a dip trade set up at 330s. That one's not going to get filled. It gave you one red candle between the time I got in at 12:05 and the current time. So one red 5-minute candle, guys, at 12:25. So Big Bear AI has been a rocket ship to the high side. Good look for BBAI today, up over 20%. I'm going to do the news if you have anything to add before I probably talk for 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, I just hopped out of this trade, man, but we're still cooking up.
All right, let's do this, baby. All right, so Alphabet obviously had their earnings yesterday, and it was very good. Now, you probably wouldn't be able to tell that looking at Google's chart today, but I submit to you that's probably more profit-taking or, repositioning than a reflection on the earnings. It was quite good, so let's get to it. So revenue, guys. And I want to give you guys a little tidbit over here. The airline industry, the shoe industry, and the film industry combined do not make up Google's revenue. Google itself is more than all those three industries combined. Becky Quick actually mentioned that on Squawk Box this morning. I found that to be really interesting. The reason it's interesting is because they're printing 90 and $250 million on the quarter, beating that 89 billion expectations, which is a 12% year-over-year increase. Also, their EPS handily beat 227 adjusted, ahead of that 201 net income, guys. They increased their profitability, their take-home money, 46% year-over-year. That's quite impressive. Let's talk about the different business segments that they have. We know that they're in a plethora of different segments. Advertising, where they make the majority of their money, obviously. They printed about a little bit less than $67 billion. That's an 8.5% increase year over year. Now, breaking down advertising, search and other ads came in about 50.7 and 10%, little bit less than 10% increase year over year. YouTube ads, I thought this would definitely be higher. I don't know why I thought it would be higher, but I just thought it would be. 8.93 higher or lower, than that 8.97. So YouTube was a bit of a miss, but not bad. Google Cloud as well missed a little bit. 12.26 billion, just below that 12.27, but it did grow 28% year over year. And I think that's actually still comparable, very comparable to what AWS and Azure were growing at. I think it was high 20s, low 30s, so good look there. Cloud margins continue to improve. I mean, their margins on cloud, obviously, which is a very high margin business, 17.8%, not a bad look. So we'll keep going over here. Now, let's talk about some AI and how much money that they're looking to spend, because that's been a big thing lately with AI, right? The CapEx. So they acquired Wiz for $32 billion. That was the largest acquisition in their history. They're aiming, obviously, to strengthen cloud security. And with respect to AI CapEx, the amount of money that they want to spend on capital expenditures, they reaffirmed it's 75. You want to say anything?
No.
They reaffirmed $75 billion is what they're going to spend. And that was an issue, because we heard that Amazon wasn't launching any new product, AI developments. We heard that Microsoft wasn't launching any new AI infrastructure build out, but they weren't canceling any of the old ones either. So there was some concern that maybe CapEx for AI would come in a little light. No, they reaffirmed that $75 billion that they're looking to spend in 2025. Some other bets. Waymo, 250,000 fully autonomous weekly rides in San Fran, LA, Phoenix, and Austin. I mentioned it in the morning when Sundar Pichai was at the book deal with Andrew Ross Sorkin, I think back in the fall. Sorkin asked him flat out, could Waymo be its own company at one point? And Pichai left that open. He was like, anything's possible. So depending on how quickly this grows, we may see this spun off eventually, so we'll see. Now, some headwinds. They are concerned about some headwinds in ad revenue. Even though they're guiding decent for ad revenue, they are concerned specifically from Chinese advertisers. They're worried about the de minimis loophole close, which is, anything under $880 gets into the United States free of tariffs. That's how Temu, that's how Shein, that's how that new division of Amazon now that's using Chinese sellers is working. So with the loophole likely to be closed soon, you may see less advertising from these Chinese advertisers, specifically retailers like Temu and Shein, who may advertise a little bit less now that the de minimis is gone. Well, will be gone by May 2nd. If it stays the same. Now, as Adara mentioned in the morning, that $70 billion stock buyback program should not be understated. That's the same amount that was authorized back in 2024. So they're continuing to add shareholder value by buying back stock. Obviously, that's one of the ways that they give you back the money, by buying back stock, and obviously dividend. So that is Google there. Let's talk a little bit about Intel now. Look, this was a good report for Intel. Full stop, in my opinion. The guide was light, but I have a sneaking suspicion that this Lip Bhutan guy is under-promising and likely to outperform. That's just my suspicion. No solid ground on which to stand. So let's talk about how they did. Adjusted EPS, 13 pennies, better than the 1 penny the street was looking for. At least they broke even and actually printed. Revenue, better than expected, 12 2/3 billion, above the 12 1/3 billion. The net loss grew though, so this was not good. $800 million net loss, that's double what they lost last year. 400 million they lost, so the loss continues to widen. Guidance disappointment. As I prefaced, this was really the bad part of the report. Q2 revenue forecast substantially lower than what the street wanted. The street wanted 12.82. They got it 11.8. $1 billion light, guys. That's not a light drop right there in the revenue forecast. Again, I think he may outperform. We'll see. EPS for Q2, that is, break even, so $0. The street wanted 6 pennies. The reason, apparently, is fluid trade policy, they're calling it, regulatory risks, a rising recession fears, according to CFO David Zinser, who was the co-CEO there for, I think, 5 minutes. Now, let's talk about how much they're going to actually operating expenses. They're looking at shoring up costs. We know Lip-Bu is probably going to be a bit of a better manager than your friend Patty G. $17.5 billion was the operating expense. They're looking at cutting that to 17. CapEx, capital expenditures, they were going to spend 20. They're cutting it down to 18. They're also, sadly, as I mentioned, likely to lay people off, specifically in management layers. The exact numbers, as you can see, there to be determined. We don't know exactly how many people, sadly, will lose their job. Lip-Bu Tan confirmed the layoffs will begin this quarter. He also mandated a 4 days per week in office starting in September. We've seen that from many other companies. Amazon, I think Goldman or Morgan or JP Morgan or whatever was insisting on that as well. So we'll have to see how that affects the company. Now, segment performance. This is interesting to see where the headwinds are coming in. Client computing, $7.6 billion. That's down 8% year over year. And this is interesting to me, the client computing miss. And the reason I say that is a lot of people were saying that we could have had front loading of buying of PCs ahead of tariffs, ahead of the Liberation Day, April 2nd. We didn't get that. So they were down 8% year over year for PC sales. So a bit of a tougher look there. Data center and AI group, that one grew, you'd hope, $4.1 billion, up 8% year over year. And foundry service, $4.7 billion in revenue, but largely internal manufacturing for their own division. So they're not really being an outsource foundry yet for others. So that's a look there. Apple. This was interesting as well. So Apple looking or planning to move all iPhone assembly for U.S. sales to India as early as next year, pivoting away, obviously, from China due to the rising tariff risk. The shift comes amid broader efforts, obviously, by U.S. tech firms to diversify supply chains away from China. Currently, though, guys, Foxconn and Tata, those are Apple's 2 primary suppliers of iPhones in China. They already operate 3 factories that make the iPhone in India, not China. And they're planning, or they're not planning, they're already building 2 additional facilities in India to build the iPhone. In March 2025, we already got this headline a while ago, Foxconn and Tata shipped nearly $2 billion worth of iPhones from India to the US, which was a record shipment, again, trying to divert away from the tariffs that were being placed on China there. Now, to give you an idea of what they're doing there in India to kind of get the ball rolling, Foxconn's Chennai plant now operates 7 days a week, including Sundays, which were previously off days. The plant produced about 20 million iPhones back in 2024. That included the 15 and the 16. Let's see how much they can actually make going forward. And just to give you some idea, so you can have an idea of how many iPhones are being built in India versus how many they sell. Apple sold about 220 million iPhones last year, with roughly about 20% of those 220 that were already coming from India. The rest currently comes from China, as we know, which will be phased out for US-bound shipments again. And this is a good look for a reason, because we were talking about a $3,500 iPhone jokingly. Of course, I never thought it was going to get that high. But the move could protect Apple's margins as well as prevent iPhone price hikes in the U.S. We'll have to see if there's any difference in the 17's price, the comparable 17 to the 16. Now, do you have anything before I continue?
No, I forgot my water at the thing. Yeah.
No worries. So China, by the way, China today, There's a whole saga happening between Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, and President Xi Jinping. I like that one. So Donald had his own version of the story. The Ministry of Commerce in China has their own version. Let's talk about it. Well, we'll talk about this one first. So China is first granting exemptions to some U.S. imports from that eye-watering 125% tariff, signaling what could be a de-escalation in trading tensions. The Ministry of Commerce is asking companies to submit to them a list of critical goods they can't source from anywhere else other than the United States, and then they may qualify for a waiver. Sectors already benefiting from this waiver are pharmaceuticals and aerospace. For example, the company Safran reported tariff exemptions on engines and landing gear. Okay? Just to give you some idea here, a list of 131 product categories set to be under review include vaccines, chemicals, jet engines, all reportedly worth about $45 billion back in 2024. So that's not a small number there. Okay? Economic impact. So China's economy, as we know, is facing rising unemployment, deflation, and inventory glut, which definitely doesn't help the situation. Although China posted a $1 trillion trade surplus in 2024, it depends on U.S. imports for key materials like ethane and certain pharmaceuticals. And you're already seeing big pharma take advantage of this, with U.S.-based production already having received or requested exemptions. We're going to go to Adara for a sec.
Keep an eye on IBIT. We have comments through coming here from new SEC Chairman Paul Atkins. Reportedly, he's saying that the agency previously fostered regulatory uncertainty for the crypto sector. That's all I'm seeing so far. If I see anything else, I'll let you know. But I think it's worth noting, if you're involved in any of these crypto plays, that new SEC Chairman Paul Atkins reportedly making some comments that I'm seeing coming through here. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Adair. Did you want to cover anything before we go on?
You can continue, brother.
All right. Let's talk a little bit. Bitcoin here. This is all technicals now, so very little fundamentals here about this. So apparently, Bitcoin surged past its average resistance. I didn't think this was a resistance, but apparently it was 87,000, reaching, obviously, it's above that level now, 94.2, which was a critical level using Fibonacci's, right? Or Fibonacci, so however you want to call them. 6.18 was a level there. The crucial barrier is set to be 94,250. What's it at right now, Joseph? Let's find
95,000.
Woo!
400.
95,500.
Oh, 95.
495.
Yeah.
So we're at 95.5 already, baby. So hopefully we close above that. So a weekly close, Joseph, above it could open the path to a move into 99,500, which would be the 786 fib level. Support zones in case of rejection of that level, we're looking at a minor level of 90,500 and a solid base at around 87,000. So if we do reject that 94,250, we could find support at those levels. But you have to appreciate, at least if you're a Bitcoin investor, the decoupling from Bitcoin and stocks. Bitcoin is increasingly behaving like a safe haven asset, showing correlation with gold rather than U.S. equity. So keep that into consideration. Now, there was some accumulation here by some whales. Wallets holding between 10 and 10,000, which is not a small range. Bitcoin accumulated 19,000 BTC during the recent rally, indicating long-term confidence. Just to give you some idea here, with respect to outflows, about 425,000 Bitcoin were withdrawn from exchanges since November of last year. The lowest levels, guys, since 2018, signaling reduced selling pressure. And there's also a potential for a short squeeze. Apparently, there's about $700 million in shorts that could be liquidated if Bitcoin clears that 95,000, which it already did. Let's see if it does on a closing print, which could obviously trigger a move into that 100,000 area. Now, with respect to inflows into, oh yeah, there you go, Fabian. With respect to inflows now, with respect to into the spot ETFs, this week, not including today, Bitcoin spot ETFs drew in about $2.2 billion in new capital, boosting obviously market liquidity. But there is cautious optimism ahead. If there is a pullback into 94,250 and it's not cleared, or soon that is, Profit taking could drag this back, as I mentioned, back to 90,500 or even 87, which is a more solid of a base. Joseph, anything?
Yeah, I can cover some NVDA here, guys. B-balling, I see what you're saying in the chat, but I'm happy to be wrong, all right? Yeah, I understand. I told you that I'm long this. Okay, we broke through that 110 call. Well, great. Guess what? Who's that good for? It's good for me. I'm happy about that one. So we're starting to continue. We're continuing to climb here in the market. You can see that the SPY is now starting to squeeze. The Qs are starting to squeeze. This is absolutely fantastic. 111.37. I tried another short. It didn't work. That's okay. We're going to continue to look for these trades. Palantir now back up to 111. Yeah, exactly. Let's go. What is right? There we go. Palantir moving on the way up. This is exactly what we want to see. Bitcoin heading towards the high of day. There has to be something positive coming out. Look at the SPY.
Adara.
Once we broke out, then you can see that we...
Trump is talking.
Trump is talking. There we go. We're getting some more...
Audio
only.
This is why we can see some possibly more volume coming in here. We broke through those resistance levels, and now we're continuing to climb here in the market. Let's see what Adara's got for us.
Trump saying that they'll be reasonable on tariffs. Yeah, thank you for setting this to be Sharif. He's talking here right now, apparently on this Air Force One. Said they'll be reasonable on tariffs. Just be aware that he is speaking right now. Good look for this market potentially with regards to that reasonable on tariffs. He also said the markets are adjusting to tariff policy, he says. So he thinks the markets are adjusting to these policies. I'm still listening. Back to you.
Way too much winning going on right now.
Joseph, can I just mention something
Yeah,
super
absolutely.
quick? Here it is, guys. If you guys want to listen to the Donald Trump stream yourself, it's an audio only. It's on the White House website. You can click the White House YouTube homepage right there, and it's got it right there. So he's on Air Force One right now, apparently, and he's making comments. So Donald Trump speaking at the moment. He's talking about Gaza right now. So we'll see if there's any market commentary that comes in. Keep your eye out on any market moves right now. The Orange Man dropping hotlines, Joseph.
All right, so yeah, here we go. You can see that I was long Palantir earlier. I got out. I was telling Hal Laura yesterday, either let it hit your profit target or get stopped out. I didn't do that. It held VWAP up to a T. Really good look. Palantir up 3% on the day. NVDA now north of 5%. Tesla climbing as well, too. Not north. We're right around 5%, 4.7% on the day. Amazon starting to break through some key resistance levels as well. The market is absolutely flying, ripping to the top side. This is what we want to see. Amazon positive, up 1%. What's Tesla up to? I don't know. Let's take a look. We'll find out what Tesla's up to. How much percentage are we up here? 9.7%, Sharif, on the day. Tesla putting in an absolute monstrous session. I sold at 235. It's now trading at 285, heading towards some key resistance zones. It happens. It's just part of the game. Sometimes you're going to make some good calls. Sometimes you make some bad ones. Kathy Wood sold NVIDIA. I don't know. It was like $10 relative to the split now. It happens. I'm not comparing myself to Kathy Wood or anything along those lines. Me? Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, the ARC, I think, still sucks at this point. Does it? I don't know. I haven't looked at it, but here you go. 287 and change. Tesla still going. Look at the tape here, guys. I don't know why I'm pointing at it. Super strong, especially in the likes of NVDA. Absolutely strong market. Fantastic stuff. NVDA's tape is just is so strong. I'm like, I can't be fighting it. Look at the continuous offers are hitting the offer. Continuously hitting it. Flush to the downside. You don't want to fight this tape. This is what I was referring to the other day, guys. Go back if your platform allows you to do so. Go and watch some film of some strong tape, some weak tape, and a mixed tape. Again, a mixed tape. There we go. DJ 2 AM. Just when it's mixed, when there's a lot of ups and downs in the market. But here you go, beautiful stuff here, guys. I'm glad that NVDA is continuously climbing higher. I'm not going to chase it all the way up here. I will continuously add. I will wait for a retest. I was showing Sharif the channel from a daily standpoint. We are now on the backside of it. Can we continue to climb here? Still down roughly, I think, 30% off of those all-time highs. Let's see if we can climb higher and higher in NVDA. But one thing that, before I send it back, most importantly, this is great, but what I want to see is some follow-through come Monday morning. I don't want to see this exuberant buying. I want this to be continued. I want us to continue to climb higher because we are hella long.
Can you get much higher? So high.
Go to Adara. We're going to Adara.
My bad. Yeah, I'm not connected anymore.
Trump already finished his comments. That was really brief. At the end, he's actually just talking about how it's Melania's birthday. So other than the comments that he wants to be reasonable on tariffs, there wasn't a ton said there. But more comments coming from SEC Chairman Paul Atkins. He was asked here about delisting Chinese companies. He said, quote, the agency will take action if companies do not abide by laws. So once again, we have the Trump administration not at all dismissing potential claims or potential, I guess the potential in general of delisting Chinese companies. Back to you.
All right, thank you, guys. Guess what, Sharif?
What?
In sports playing, flexibility is everything. At ProfitX, you can see the order book exactly like we're looking at here in the markets, guys, and the chain. Just like a financial exchange, pick your spot and customize the odds to fit your risk. Why settle for a single offered price when you can set your own? Plus, our mobile interface makes it easy to play on the go. ProfitX, where you call the shots anytime, anywhere. Users can use code TraderTV to get our sign-up offer of 2% cash back on up to 300 big ones there, guys. So that is it. Good luck there. If you guys were long today throughout the whole day, congratulations to you. You got to learn your lesson from trying to short strong stocks. I mentioned this. That call wall at 110 didn't come into play. You can see that we squeezed north of that and just continued that northeast trajectory. So beautiful stuff here on NVDA. Sharif now closer to 4.9% on the day, and the Qs are continuing to climb. What is Google up to? Let's take a look. I seen Katina Man was still riding that bear. Google wants no part of this participation in this market right now. You can see we're still hovering around 162. I was looking for a continuation of this strong announcement print right here, and we got none of that. We came back in, giving back about 40 to 60% of that move, still hovering around 162 and change. I like some of these other big names. Google not looking too good right now, Sharif. Damn. Let's go. On what? You're back in CEP?
No, JagX, baby. Dang, shout out to my man Bovin, a.k.a. I mean, he's always going to get the shout outs, bro. My other pair of eyes. Give me that print, boy. Boom. Where are we long? 1355. We just took 1450 there. The next level I'm setting up at 14 3/4. Let's freaking go. All right, so sadly, I got a partial fill over here at 13.5. Not really sure why I got a partial fill. I don't exactly take the biggest size around here, but that's the way it is, and we're gonna deal with it. So 1475 is where I'm waiting at. Here it is.
Bang, man.
Doing it freaking live. All right, there we go. There we go. Let's go again, baby. Let's go. Now we're gonna go up to 15 1/4. That's where we're gonna wait at, Joseph. 15.25. I like that number. We're doing it live. Let's see if this one wants to clear. Here comes 15. Get it, Katina Man. Let's go, Katina Man. Do that dance. But keep your pants on. That's fine. Oh.
Oh, whoa. Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
I didn't think I was going to get that reaction from you, homie. That was great. Boom! We take out 15.25, Katina Man. Wow. All right, we're dropping the cash there. That was a good one right there. Shout out to my man, Bovin. JagX in 14. Add 13.5. Now I have to cancel my orders, guys, because it'll fill me if I get down into that order, okay?
Hey, yo.
So now I have to cancel that order because it's no longer valid for me, so we'll take that one out. This, as you can see over here, was a partial fill. We didn't get the full position there. Otherwise, it would have been aqua, like that one at 14. But there we go. We add 14 initial entry, add at 13.5 to test this area of technical resistance. I'm talking about that. The two topping tail candles, into 13.5. That manifested before the big boy break at 13.10. Then bang, 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 bang to the high side. So very happy with this one. Guys, this one held the 10 exponential like a dang glove. Look at that ugly bottoming tail candle right there. Almost holds up to the penny at the 10 exponential. And this has already shown you its intentions, its propensity to want to respect the 10 exponential for whatever reason. So good look right now on your friend JAGX. Were you here when Jag was that guy that used to sit beside Patty? Were you here when he was there?
Yeah, I met Jag, baby.
Yeah. Shout out to Jag. He hasn't been here in like a year, but whatever. Shout out to Jag. JagX, baby. Given Giving it Dees over here. We're also doing it freaking live on your friend CSIQ. We're going to take profits here, man. Joseph. Good look right now on Canadian Solar, baby. We'll cancel that order, and now we'll put up another one. So Canadian Solar's putting a hell of a rounded bottom. CSIQ, shout out to my buddy Alfred, who was bag holding the crap out of this, and then finally decided maybe it was time to let the solar industry die a respectable death and not have to DCA into it to no end. So he did get out of that. He took a hit. He took a big hit on that one, but he's still up way more than he's down. Shout out to my buddy Alfred. So now we're waiting, guys, as I mentioned, on this one. Let's go ahead and wait at 25s over here. CSIQ showing me 16s on the bid, or the ask, excuse me. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Uh-oh. City boy, he dropping the cash. Even though y'all never touch MSTR, I dare trace MSTR all the time. Check the triple bottom in the daily, projected 440 to 460, and she on the move. Oh, okay, you're calling her a female now, I see. Love y'all bros. Keep up the high energy and comedy. Y'all make trading fun. $4,000 freaking dollars on the day. Shout out to my boy, City Boy, 305. You're gonna need it, bro. Miami's an expensive city. Woo!
Yeah. It's a shooter out
he
there.
knows, bro.
City Boy 305. Holler at me.
Bro.
Me and the boys were thinking about doing a little road trip down there for an FLA game. So I'll holler at you, City Boy, with that type of cash. I know you've got us covered, my guy. So thank you.
Drinks on him, bro. Or you're not drinking.
I'm not drinking.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, but if the Leafs win, maybe we might have one or two. Big OTW for my boys last night. Yeah, what an absolute rocket from the point. And we're getting that up 3-0. Yeah, exactly, up 3-0 in the series. Let's see if we can close it out here. But I mean, I think we got our work cut out for us against Florida. The Panthers.
They eliminated us one year, didn't they?
Yeah, last year in the second round.
Last year that was it. Okay.
I
remember that.
In the second round, it wasn't even close. So hopefully we can get through that. But I mean, I think they're the team to beat. If we can get through Florida, then I'm not going to say it's a clean path to the Stanley Cup there, Sharif, but our odds are definitely in our favor. And may our odds always be in our favor. Shout out to, what's that, Hunger Games. So yeah, we'll continue to monitor that and see what the Leafs are doing. We got a game on Saturday.
This guy's mean, bro. Viper horse. Come on, man. Why do you have to say that to us, bro? We're having a good time over here. Why can't you just comment something nice, man? Or just shut the hell up, period. All right, so here.
Come back with a better attitude. We'll see you on Monday. Come back with a better attitude. That's okay. That's all we're asking for.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with Joey, bro. He got hands. All right, City Boy, your point very well taken, my friend. There's that triple bottom City Boy's pointing at right there. Once, twice, Obi freaking Trice. No, that Obi back there. No, it's 225. I think that's what you're looking at, City Boy, isn't it? That 225 triple bottom. And now you're getting a big boy neckline break. I'll submit to you, you probably got that neckline break at around 340. Now we're talking about 369 high a day. So MSTR, point well taken, my friend. Good look for MSTR. And it kind of broke that downward channel. I don't know how you feel about this, City Boy, but lower high, lower highs, all over here, and then you get that break. So that lower downward channel getting broken at least, and it's been valid, to be fair, since early December 5th, I believe. You can even take it back a little bit even more, late November, in fact. So shout out to City Boy, good call out there, my man. But I do see the triple bottom you were talking about there. Good look. What else we got? Any tags? Anything I have to cover? Tyler, SoFi, doing the best. You're the best, bro. Let's have a look at SOFI. You're nicer than that Viper guy. SoFi.
Oh, wow, man.
Let's have a look over here, Joseph, at SOFI. Yeah, this is a good recovery here on SOFI. Obviously, we're still in that lower high phase. I did mention this earlier. So I did look at this earlier. Look, we've kind of broke that downward trend on the upper trend line, which is good. That's step number one. Step number two, and this is just for me, my man, I need to see that higher high. So that higher high, when you look at the area of March 24th, 25th, and 26th, you see it rejects at $14. So I need to see a print above 14 on a closing basis. So you got step number one, you broke that trend line. That's not the end all and be all. You shouldn't rely on one anything anyway. In addition to that, you want that big boy break above that previous area high. So now you have a higher high. So that's what I'd say to you on SoFi, but a fantastic look and a good defend at 10. It didn't spend that much time below 10 bucks. Now there's a 3% rule or a 3-period rule, whatever you want to use. And what I mean by that is a lot of technicians won't say the level has been breached unless it's 3% below that key level on a closing basis or spends 3 periods below that key level on a closing basis. And the reason I say periods is because if you're charting on the daily, that's 3 days. If you're charting on the weekly, that's 3 weeks, right? So there's that 3-period rule, and this one did not spend more than 3 periods, 3 days in this case, because it's a daily below 10 bucks, it was able to get above it. So I'd say to you that $10 level is a hell of a defend, although obviously dropped to 8. But look at that day that it dropped to 8. Look what it did. It ended up closing above 10. So clearly there was aggressive buying there to defend that $10 level. SoFi, good, man. I mean, we've talked about SoFi before. We've talked about, you know, it's, I don't want to call it cousin, but obviously a very similar company. In Robinhood, obviously SoFi doesn't have trading, or I don't think it has trading, but they are that decentralized finance push, right? To get away from traditional banking and into more online, decentralized look. So not a bad look there. Let's see how SoFi continues to trade. Thank you for pointing that out, but I think I did cover it. Syed Hussein, Mr. Sharif, any thoughts on CEP? My man, all we were doing was trading CEP this morning, my man. It's littered with entries and exits. So CEP was good to me, and then it changed its tune a little bit. I'm technically still positive on it, and I'm happy about it, but it did get below the volume weighted average price on a wick basis, but that wick was enough to stop me out because those wicks are like dollars, okay? So now it's above VWAP. It's doing the dance right now with 33 and 34. It's having trouble clearing 34 like it did when I was piecing some out over here. It had a lot of trouble clearing 34. It dropped down into 32s, and that's where I got stopped out. A little bit above 32. It's 32 and a quarter right there. So yes, it is good, but make sure it's setting up in the right way. David, I don't know how to say your last name, brother. I'm not good at pronouncing these. Sharif, what's your shoe size, and do you have Venmo? Do we even have Venmo in Canada? Is that a thing in Canada? It's not, right? It's we got something called e-transfer.
Electronic transfer.
Yeah, you know,
I think it's significantly more easier and efficient.
My shoe size is 11 and a half, and I don't have Venmo.
You know what I noticed? Okay, so I'm in Dallas, and it's like, okay.
Thank you for the $10.
I'm in Dallas, and like, okay,
Yeah,
if you pay something with your credit card, they still give you the bill and make you sign it and everything along.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what kind of ancient stuff is this? Like,
Yeah, make everybody-
Who still signs it? Who still signs it? Like, I thought you guys were supposed. I thought I'm over here. I'm thinking we're gonna have some more high tech stuff, and it's like Apple Pay doesn't even work on half the machines. I'm like, what is this? Like, where am I? And how many years did I go back here? I still gotta sign a check. It's $20.
You're endearing yourself to all the Americans in the chat.
Well, hey, I'm just trying to help you. They know I love them. But
Yeah,
what
bro.
is this signing of a check?
is bad.
This isn't
It's
the
bad,
90s.
bro. It's bad.
Like, I thought you guys came up with Apple Pay, not us. Like, let's get it more used around there. And like, come on, Venmo. What is it? PayPal, and what's the other one that they have going on there? Starts with
Cash App.
No, Cash App, and then it's like Stel or something like that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, or something like
Stripe?
that. No, it's like Stelly or something like that. Like, what's up with that? Come up with one thing where all I need is your email address, and I can send you cash straight to your bank. Come on, get with it.
I love
what I
it.
mean?
Tell them how you really feel, Joe.
I am. I'm saying it's ancient technology, essentially.
Love it.
I don't know what's going on with that.
No,
one.
I happen to agree with you 100%.
Yeah, and I'm like, I thought you guys were supposed to be coming up with Zelle. There it is, Zelle. Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
just like,
I've heard
okay,
of
how
that,
many more things do I need? How many more apps do I need on my phone to send you money when all I need here is just an email address? Like, come on.
Ozan, Sharif, I'm coming to Toronto in June.
Bang.
Can I stay with you? I like you, Ozan. I don't like you that much, bro. Thank you for that funny comment. Shout out to my man Ozan in the chat. He's a funny guy. China.
Ozan, we got some more stuff
what happened,
for you.
bro?
Sharif, it's Ozan's favorite time of the day. Guess what?
Huge.
New traders, listen up, Ozan. First month, free. That's right. We're waiving fees. Trade smarter, not harder. Upgrade to Elite. Ozan, analyze, strategize, capitalize. Our platform, it's everything infinite. Data, instant trading, lightning fast market insights, game-changing charts, predict with backtesting, reliable real-time data, global markets at your fingertips, all in one platform. Don't miss out. Execute your best trades now. Ozan, I know you're ready to elevate your trading, so scan that QR code and check the link in the description, my friend. There it is. Yeah. What a crash out Fridays, man. We're having a good time today. The market's moving higher. I mean, it's a good day, and obviously, I'm going to throw some hearts up in the chat because we love you guys all. It doesn't matter where you're from or anything like that. We poke fun because that's what friends do. We poke fun at each other. We love that you guys are in the chat every day. Like I said, regardless of what country you're in, it's irrelevant to us, that's for sure. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely Friday, says Joe Mama. I mean, is it Mother's Day this weekend? Or next weekend? It's May. All right. Hey, listen, I'm not that good at dates. I told you guys I don't even know when Valentine's Day is. All right, I'm just not that good. I'm not even going to tell you which, I'm just going to leave it there. The only holiday that really matters to me is New Year's, because that's when we get to party and travel to warm destinations, because that's what I do. Come that time, best believe I'm going to be hopping on a plane and going to my favorite country, Mexico, next to Canada. So again, we love that, all that stuff. So again, we don't care where you're from, what you do. All that matters is that you're here with us, trading every day. Trying to put up some money and putting on those yeah, exactly, Mean Gene, putting up those good trades. Let's go, says Obi. Bang, he's getting that reversion right now in the market. Let's go. That's exactly what we need. I appreciate that, Hando, man. Much appreciated. Pug Life. Now I know it's February 14th. Sweeping, whatever. Joe, you have a girlfriend. How do you not know when Valentine's Day? I told you I'm not very good with birth dates. I'm actually really, really horrible. The market is now absolutely tanking. That play, yeah, it's really, really, it's really coming in here now, guys. So, hey. It is what it is. We tried the shorts. Now we're starting to pull back in. Super hedge coming into play right now. Let's see what Adair's got for us.
Trump is saying that he will not drop China tariffs unless they, quote, give us something. What he wants is unclear, but Trump is saying they will, that's reported by Bloomberg. Trump is saying he will not be dropping the China tariffs unless they, quote, give us something. If I find anything out more on this story, I'll let you know. Another thing here is that reported, according to The Verge, Shein and Temu are raising their prices to respond to Trump tariffs. So China and Trump back and forth continues here. Again, not going to drop China tariffs unless he gets something from China. That is reported by Bloomberg. Back to you.
Yeah, puts are coming into play. And honestly, World Ablaze, I took my attempts here. You can see that I tried shorting. I'm not just going to put something on for no reason. I have to be patient now. You can see that the Qs now just engulfed all of this. So how high were we climbing higher? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 minutes gone in 10 minutes right there. 40 minutes of climbing higher, evaporated just like that in a span of 7 minutes. We were in squeeze-like price action. Again, the market will, if it wants to find an excuse, it will find one. There you go. Trump obviously having to tweet once again, we won't do anything with China, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, look how excited the market was. Just like that, flips it on his head. So, like, I don't know what to say here, Shreve. Like,
what happened,
Trump, he said that he's not going to do anything with China unless they give us something.
So there you go. Do anything.
He's not doing anything, and you can see it reflected here in the market. The Qs now giving back all of that breakout here in a matter of a couple minutes. So see you later. It is audios.
Bro, everything is like
it's
insane.
Gone.
I mean, I told you, we're going to deal with this for the next 4 years, excuse me.
It's like, see you later.
See those Trump 2028 hats circulating?
Yeah, I see them.
Start some controversy here, boy.
Yeah.
I've been seeing those Trump 2028 hats. Oh, boy. Constitutional crisis? Question mark?
No.
Uh-oh. Watch the chat now. Fabian, I know you want me to get into that, Fabian. Oh, yeah. Fabian, he likes that life, bro. All right. So, yeah, Bears versus Bulls. Poor guy. Oh, boy. Because he's going to have to monitor the chat now. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, brother. Yeah. All right, guys. So that's the look right now. We're involved in, oh, boy. Here we go. We're involved in CSIQ. And I added on the pullback into the 10 exponential. I'm looking for a move up, wetting the beak at 10s likely. Let's see, or if it crosses into 10s, we'll see it's up 20%. This one's been quite respectful of the moving averages for the most part. Now that obviously could change at any moment in time. So we'll see exactly what the situation is with that. My man Syed Hussein, Mr. Sharif. My name is on the bottom left of the screen, by the way, brother. I see you're good at what you do. That's a lie. You're going, reload. Come on, what the hell happened? My computer ran out of memory. Going down below 32. Yes, here's the deal, bro. CEP, you're gonna have to be careful with this one, Syed, because it's just continually putting in lower highs and lower lows. So if we could say that this is the area top, and I don't think there would be any disagreement about that, that is the high of the day. This candle here at 1210, 38.88. Look at the pattern, Syed. Every time we have a bit of a pop up, we end up making a lower high and a lower low subsequent. So yes, it's not that far away from the volume weighted average price at around 33 bucks. But the fact of the matter is the trend is not helping us. So what I would say to you, Syed, is wait for a decided trend change where you're starting to see those higher highs and those higher lows. You're not trying to catch a falling knife in a way, you know, hey, maybe it holds up at 32, maybe it doesn't, right? I would say the statistics, the probability is not on your side here for a long, especially because it's down into the right. And I don't trade these just personally, guys, below the volume weighted average price. They have to be above VWAP for me to stay involved in this. So shout out to Syed, and I hope you print out multiple storms on that. Shout out to my man there. Let's see what else we got. Any tags here about anything new? Just there's a lot of... I don't know why Northwestern Canopy Developments still his comments are getting blocked, but he says Palantir still wants 111 today. Sorry, brother, I don't know why Streamlabs is blocking your comments.
Might be the first word.
Oh, I missed the first word. Maybe. Yeah. Oh, my bad.
That's what I said earlier.
Oh, okay. Good point. Murguy, Sharif, any thoughts on microalgo, MLGO? Do you think it will recover? Let's have a look, brother. See what microalgo's up to on the day. MLGO. So the daily chart, obviously a bit of a tougher look there, but you can see this is going back to June 2018. This is the daily chart on it, obviously. Am I fully updated? What the hell is this, bro? This is not even updated. What's happening here? Okay. Look, it's showing me April 2020. What? It's showing me April. Oh, I see. My mistake. I was reading that wrong. Okay.
Oh, you thought it was the year?
Yeah, I was reading that wrong as opposed to the day. My mistake. Okay. So this is not a good look, Murguy. And the reason I say that is you have that area top, you drop, you have a very aggressive drop, you have a good green candle there that pops it back up, and then we have lower highs and lower lows subsequent. So I feel like this could be like flat bottom breakish through that 6. It's tough. You're also well below many moving averages here. You're below the 200, you're below the 50. That $10 psychological resistance got rejected. You know, if it doesn't hold up at 6.25, 6, I mean, I personally wouldn't be interested in this one. There's obviously this area of consolidation as well between the 3 and 5. Kind of hard to see there. Let me know how it goes on microalgo, but it's not something that's easy to read. I think that there is an area of support at around 5 or 6. You saw that over here as support. You're seeing it over here as resistance. Shout out to Donald. But yeah, tougher look today on microalgo. Hope I mean, I wish I could be a bit more optimistic.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, Sharif, you're not tapped in there.
No,
we're going to Adara.
Oh, go ahead.
Once again, it is Trump time. So there's another story as well here, which I have on my screen, but I'll start here with the Trump stuff. Trump apparently still saying that they have they will, I guess this is in the future, they're planning on having some deals made, but then others, they'll set the tariff. So they're looking, I guess, to do a partial negotiation, partial tariff style going forward, according to Donald Trump. He also said, I said there'd be a transition. So basically, I guess to people who are concerned about the market, he's saying, look, I told you guys there'd be a transition. So that coming here from Trump. Also, keep an eye on UNH. Luigi Mangione, who is, of course, accused of shooting the CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson, has now pled guilty in federal, or sorry, not guilty. Luigi Mangione has pled not guilty in federal court to the murder of the CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson. UNH this stock has moved on this type of story in the past, so just be aware here. Luigi Mangione news, pleading not guilty. Back to you.
Whew.
Yeah.
You want to create more controversy? Or
Yeah.
Are you feeling
Controversial?
Controversial?
Controversial? No, not really.
No? Okay.
But we can do it though. I mean, I'm game for anything, brother. You know that. Set it up. Fire me up, brother.
The love for Mangione.
Yeah,
Does it surprise you?
No, to be honest with you. It's just because people do that stuff. You know how like people always have those like jail pen pals, and then those females get married to the guys that are like convicted murderers.
Do you think it's that though, or do you think it's? What the?
Nobody likes health.
Look at the dude in the chat.
What do you say?
Kung Fu Sharif. What's up?
Let's go.
I don't even like Kung Fu. Kung Fu Sharif. He spelt it with 2 F's. Donnie Tariffs killing it. I need to see this picture. I need to see it immediately. Is this me with a Kung Fu? Oh my freaking God. What the hell is this, bro? What is this, dude? What is this?
That's crazy.
No, man.
Yeah.
No, man. I'm not even Korean, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Why they got a Korean and he's got the stash too?
That's crazy.
Print screen.
That is actually
Taking that, I'm saving that immediately. Paint, where's paint? Control V. Aw, there. This is amazing.
Yeah, that is
Why
great.
would you do that to me, man? I did nothing to
actually
anyone.
hilarious.
Oh, man, Kung Fu Sheriff. I love that, man. Thank you for that. That made me chuckle right there. I look quite displeased in that picture, though, Joseph.
No, you look like you're businessman. All
Oh, my God, what is this?
all
dude?
kung fu at that point.
Everybody said Kung Fu fighting. The fastest light. Sorry. All right, Kung Fu,
Sharif,
something or
man.
another, guys. Goodness
Yeah,
gracious.
whoever the world is, trade something. Are you happy? I'm in some shorts or whatever it is now. I'm short NVDA if you're looking for the continuation of the breakdown. So hopefully you're pleased on that front there as we continue to bleed there.
Sorry, bro, man. I'm having a good time today.
Breakdown.
It's a Friday. I'm having a good time.
Bitcoin
It's
getting
funny, guys.
absolutely
You guys are
smoked, man. Like,
Bitcoin's getting smoked?
Like why does this guy always have to say something about tariffs? Just chill out.
Yeah,
It's
he's just
Friday.
the way. That's the way he is, Joseph.
Yeah, like it was such a good day, and now look at it. I mean, crazy.
That's Sharif of trading during the workout. What cute doobies? Oh, Neil, bro, you gotta see this. I gotta send this to you, Neil. This is jokes. Let me put this up on the screen. Neil, look at this screen. Someone made this account. Why? I don't know why anyone would do that, Neil. But it's a chuckler. It's a chuckler. Eddie R. And the address is Sharif Khan Carnes 69. Meet what? What's happening there, Eddie? I don't know what's happening. All right, guys, we're having a good time. We're doing it live. Patrick Riley, Chief Sharif. I appreciate you guys. I'm not Korean, Ahmed. Get it, Ahmed. What else we got? G. Castro, Sharif, CSIQ, head and shoulders, possibly. Yes, I am worried about that. I don't like the look of this one's jib right now. Are we going to Adara?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Adara.
Breakdown.
More Trump news. So keep an eye on the market. Trump saying more things about tariff. He says that people are beginning to understand how good tariffs are. So apparently, Trump opining here on people's understanding of tariffs, talking a little bit about Iran as well. But I think the biggest thing here from his most recent spate of comments is that people are beginning to understand how good tariffs are. Also, for the record, Sharif, I think if anything, you look like Ralph Macchio and Karate Kid in that awesome photo. Back to you.
I like that guy, Adara. And he doesn't age. Have you noticed how he still looks the same? Like, what the hell? Like, Adara's saying the Karate Kid guy, like not the new Karate Kid, the old one from the 80s. Yeah, the OG. Oh, man. This has been, it's been an interesting day, guys. You guys have been making us chuckle in the chat, man. We appreciate you. 99% of you are good vibes, and we really do appreciate you guys joining us during the slower time of day, and we try to have chuckles, you know what, and giggles around here. But we got to go back to Adara because Donald's talking.
I'm so sorry, guys. We have more news on Trump and tariffs. Trump saying apparently that another tariff pause is unlikely. So we have our 90-day pause. Trump has actually said that wasn't because of the bond market, regardless of whatever speculation. He said that this pause happened because he wanted to figure out what numbers he was trying to do here. We're getting actually a little bit of a pop in the market right now. But again, the only thing I'm seeing is Trump saying another tariff pause is not likely to happen. Back to you.
I know that there's a wax on, wax off joke there somewhere. I just don't know how to include it. Wax poetic about that. Yes, yes. Okay, we'll keep I'll keep thinking. But the question you guys asked me, what's my out on CSIQ? A break at 1090, it's all over. All right, so 1090 was an area support, resistance level earlier on, and it's also a little bit. Actually, I want to say that. Here's the deal. If it loses the 20 exponential, I'm out. So it's not going to be 1090. I will give it to 1095. The 20 exponential moving average on the 5 has been defended very well by CSIQ on the day. If it doesn't this time around, I want no smoke with it, okay? So this is the CSIQ chart, 5 minutes. The yellow line is the 20. The green line is the 10. This held very respectfully at that 20. It did it again over here. So if it loses, I've got 2 more pennies over here before I get stopped out on CSIQ, but that's okay. We'll stay positive on the day. Let's go ahead and put that stop stop for CSIQ. I'm going to put it at 93s, and that's going to be my position on that. How many shares do I have? Oh, basically nothing, so that's fine. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll put the stop there. So CSIQ is going to have to hold up above the 20 exponential moving average on the 5-minute chart. Otherwise, that's the end of the trade there. And I think I already got stopped out, or I typed it in wrong there, Joseph. That's it. So did I get stopped out? No, I'm fine. Why does this show that? That's bizarre. So then I must have had a stop below 11, Joe, before I added. That's exactly it. That's why. So I did stop out for some of the on the break of 11 because I added here and then I added here. So my previous stop was below 11. So we're still holding some. We're holding some at 11.05. So now the stop at below 1093 will trigger if we don't have a defend of the 20. So that's what I'm looking at right now. CSIQ is giving up the ghost, but a lot of these small cap gappers are, even BBAI, kind of doing a rounded top, rejecting $3.50. It's also coming down into 3 mid-40s at the 20 exponential. Look for something here on BBAI during the afternoon show at around 330. 330 was that area resistance level, and by the time this makes it down, likely VWAP will be at 330. VWAP currently at 328. So I just got stopped out of the remaining amount there on CSIQ. So we'll take a bit of a hit there, but we're still positive on the day. And I'm happy about that because we did take a couple of hits on CEP, or not CEP, excuse me, was it JAGX? UPXI was the one that really got me in trouble a little bit over here, but we did exact a little bit of a revenge on this one, but we still, am I negative on UPXI? Yes, I am negative on UPXI. So this is the one that did the most damage to me. CEP was actually good to me, JAGX was good to me, UPXI, not so much. So that's where we made the biggest mistake today, but we'll still stay positive on the day. Joseph.
Yeah, guys, I'm short NVDA here. You can see from 110.40. I'm looking for approximately a $1 move here. Hopefully we don't squeeze 109.60 is when I'm going to start to take some off. That's going to be a nice trade if we can get it down there. So I'm going to try to diamond hands this, but you can see we're starting to run into some key support levels. But the Qs are tanking, so hopefully NVDA will start to somewhat capitulate. If we can get all those calls that are in the money now at that 110 and get them to break down. So let's see, going to be patient, wait. We're continuously defending. Don't love it, but we do still have some selling pressure, which is a positive note. Really, really weak tape. We're going to try to hold on to this for 109.60. Hopefully that can come into play before the market bounces off the volume weighted average price. Or maybe I should take some off because we're just continuously rejecting here. I know it may be just a consolidation phase before we take an additional leg lower, but if we don't punch through right about now, then okay, there we go. See, still just bouncing. You can see the strength in the defense here too, guys. So focus on the time of sales, and you can see it as we punch into these support levels. You can see the defense come right back in here. So let's break through this one here. You can see that? Oh, is it buzzing? Oh, okay, I don't wonder why. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Fabian. Yeah, so let's go. Let's see if we can break through. Let's see again. We just get that another additional pop. Market's still heading lower, south of the volume weighted average price. 109.60 is that objective. Okay, there we go. Bang. Let's go, man. We're starting to break down. Who was it in the chat who was telling me to trade?
Who?
I don't know. I got to find this individual because I told you I wait for that precision, right? I'm waiting for. You can bring it over there if it's bothering you there, Fabian. I got to keep those notifications on. I have a child at home now. For all of you guys who know that. Yeah. So I got to watch out for that. I heard he was losing his stuff earlier today.
Was he actually?
Yeah.
What's his name? Andre had to go home too because his cat was
freaking out too.
Yeah, something happened with
freaking
Andre's
feline
cat.
pets, man. Okay, so yeah, there we go. Yeah, World Ablaze. Are you happy, World Ablaze? Are you happy I'm in something for you now? This is what I told you. Wait for participation. We wait for those precisions. I'm not a machine gunner, right? I'm not a machine gunner, Sharif. I'm a calculated sniper, and that's what I classify my trading as. The thing is, though, we can't always do what everybody else thinks. This is the beauty of trading. Everybody has their own game plan. I can't just be like, oh, Joseph, trade to trade. I'm going to tell you how it is, for real. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait for those precision entries, and that's what we get here, all right? So that's what we're continuing to do. No way Joe has kids. I don't have any kids, Pretty Panda. I have well, he is my kid. What am I saying?
Hey,
I got
get him,
yeah,
Joe.
I got one there, man. He's most definitely one of my children. Yeah, what's up, Randy?
Oh, I'm sitting there trying to punch into positions. I didn't even notice you. How's it going, my man? Everything's good on a Friday?
Good.
Beauty. The weather is going to be good for the drive back. Decent weather tomorrow. Is it raining outside?
Up north of here.
Up north. Okay. It's going to rain here soon, Katina, man?
John's got his rain meter on.
That's crap. I wanted to. Can we get the mic if possible, Randy? Because I want to ask you about RoboTaxi. Yeah. You can stay over there, okay. Randy, my man. So I'm sure you already heard the news
Today, man.
that your friend Elon is now doing RoboTaxi drives for employees, Randy. And he's got about 1,500 rides completed, about 15,000 miles. Austin, San Fran, and I believe Austin, San Fran, and one else. And Austin, San Fran, and where else, Randy? I don't know.
Forget.
In any event, what are your thoughts about that, brother? I want to hear some honest opinions.
First
here.
thought, can he bring it here?
Pardon me?
Can he bring it here?
Bring what here? Oh,
Yeah.
Can he bring it here?
Like, why doesn't everything have to be trialed down there? Why can't we have it here? Like,
That's a great point.
But why would he do it here?
I'm
though?
assuming, we got another little tidbit today. The reason Tesla was flying up today, it looks as if he might get
Cheaper
some
model.
exemptions from the National Transportation Safety Board, obviously.
that's sneaky, eh?
It's a federal branch. Who's he friends with?
Sneaky.
There you go. Well, he wasn't doing this for no reason.
I guess so.
Right? What are your thoughts, honestly?
Okay, so lower the barrier. Let's see what happens. The bottom line with the earnings this week, deliveries are down. What are we going to do about that?
Right.
Again, I said, was it yesterday, the day before?
Possibly.
I saw the profits on the power and energy storage side, which I like.
Which are up.
But there's also tariffs on the suppliers
time.
for those, so I'm kind of worried about that.
A good point.
We have a cheaper, more stripped down Model Y/Model 3 coming. Is that the new Model 2Q? Who knows? But it's a smart move because the platform exists. Strip out some of the toys out of it. Keep FSD as an option.
Right.
Put out a $30,000 car.
Why not?
I like the thinking. You don't have to change or retool a lot of your
Can
production.
I say something to you? I have
Yes.
a TikTok video here on my favorite social media platform that I want to show you. This guy, Randy, he flies his drone every day around
The Tesla factory.
You know
Yep.
exactly
Seen
where
it.
I'm going
Yep.
with Austin. And he's got a picture. I know it's you, isn't it?
No, it's not.
You're flying down there every day. No, seriously. So he's got pictures of these molds that fit the RoboTaxi perfectly, and they were completely out of character. They weren't there before. So you know about this guy, right?
Pretty cool. Yeah, I've seen the video.
So the RoboTaxi is already under construction, or it could be, like you and I have talked about many times, the RoboTaxi and the Model 2 could share the same, what's it called, platform.
Yeah,
right?
It's the same platform. So yeah, interesting little tidbits. It's nice to see the sneaky stuff. It just keeps the hype going.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
He's all about that.
He's all about the hype.
He's like Apple. He keeps everything DL.
But I want to see better underlying numbers for next quarter.
100% agree.
And if the other divisions and of course carbon tax credits from the ICE companies and so forth can make up some of the revenue fall and turn it into a windfall, I would be very happy to see that.
And to be fair, Tesla, the automotive division, would have lost money had it not been for the carbon credits that they're selling.
Exactly. So that's a big thing. That's they got to make money and stand on their own 2 feet.
They do.
Especially as ICE companies move to making more electric cars, the less credits they need.
Exactly.
So there's a slippery slope here.
The requirement, the need for that Model 2 or Model Q even more. And the reason I say that is because they may lose the $7,500 tax credit.
Yeah.
So if they do that, then you have to just make the assumption that sales drop.
Yep.
If sales drop, they're only making that up if they increase prices.
Agree.
So, they need to move the needle somehow for their automotive division.
And there's competition coming. Look up a brand new little pickup truck called
I saw it.
Slate.
It's North American.
Backed by Bezos.
It's like that.
It's great.
It copies that Japanese small pickup truck,
yes,
right?
I love it.
That.
With the credit now, less than 20 grand.
Yeah, it's like I saw it like 15.
And you can add on all kinds of good stuff to
crazy.
it.
It's crazy.
Less than 20. Why can't Elon do that?
And that's the thing. He should be able to, especially he's got the economies of scale. And I want to say something to you. See how the flatbed extends there? Because you can open the back into the passenger cabin, so you end up getting like a 9-foot bed instead of a 6-foot bed.
Smart.
Yeah, we got to show that car. What's the name of that car, Randy?
Slate.
Let's pull this up, man, because we got to show the people.
Great little tiny utility pickup.
Slate pickup.
That you can convert into a camper. You can convert it into anything
Here it is,
you want.
guys. Let's load that bad boy up.
It's $27,500 without the credit.
Guys, can we show this on the screen, please? Here it is. This is it right here, guys.
Less than
this
20
is the
grand.
one. We're doing it live.
This is the kind of product I want to see hit the market because you can do anything with this.
I want to show the video of this too. I mean, we're overtime, but that's fine. Give me a second. Give me a second. No, hold on.
Sean's
Let's show them.
here.
Let's do live. Slate pickup truck. I want to show the video, Randy, because I don't think the people are going to get the full picture unless we show the video. So here it is, guys. If we can load that bad boy up.
Just a great little sport.
All right, here we go. Let's just load that bad boy. There it is. That's what it is. Now we can possibly show some of the functionality over here. Let's see where we can load that up. That bed, the truck bed. I'm trying to load the part of the truck bed there, Randy, but it's not.
I would honestly take one of these over a Cybertruck tomorrow.
For real, huh?
Yep.
I don't know about that, brother.
I like the size of it.
It's like the Ford Ranger.
Yeah,
it's actually smaller than the Ranger. It's a little bit bigger than the Maverick, I think.
Looks like I made that thing in my backyard.
Exactly like the Ranger. It feels like, or the Maverick, something small like that, very utilitarian.
It's been a great seller for Ford. Ford made a great play with the Maverick, and there's tons of them on the road, but this is pure electric. It's a lot cheaper than the Maverick, just as much utility.
And we know how much the Americans love pickups.
Yes.
And Canadians.
But this could be a global platform because, again, it's small enough, as you said, to be a Japanese truck. A lot of use in South America. You see tons of these on the road in the Caribbean. So, I mean, great idea. I like the look of it. It's very basic. There's not a lot of frills and toys.
All right,
you can
Randy,
add
we
stuff,
got to go to Adara. She's got breaking news.
Okay, Adara.
Go ahead, Adara.
Spotify making moves to the upside. Why? Because Financial Times is reporting that the company is having some price increases for subscriptions outside the U.S., specifically Europe and Latin America. So again, Financial Times reporting that Spotify subscriptions in Europe and Latin America will be having price increases. Back to you.
All right, guys, it's 2:04. 33.
2:04:33.
So we're owed 4 minutes and 36 seconds.
All right, I got that. But listen, Sharif, I got a question for you.
Go ahead, my man.
All right, my man. So, much anticipated. You guys might have heard this one before. So, Sharif, Friday quote, by the way. If I were to offer you $10 million, would you take it?
Yes.
Okay, but the only catch is that you don't get to wake up tomorrow. Would you still take it?
No.
Exactly. So tomorrow is priceless, guys. Have a good weekend. Enjoy it. Exactly. It doesn't even matter what it is. Tomorrow is absolutely priceless. Wake up with a smile on your face. Have a good day. Hit the gym. Do what you have to do. Make sure you enjoy it because it is essentially worth more money than you can offer. There you go. Rah. Bang.
Bang.
Why you gotta flex at the end of that, man?
I have those too, but they're under here.
Yeah, go get it, Randy. That's what it's about. You don't need no muscles up in here. We're good to go. We're locked and loaded. Oh my goodness. I was wondering where he was going with that whole, like, what the heck?
Always rolling.